who started out by crawling out from under the thumb of the man. The lovers of God with dad bods just trying to feed our fam. Go sit right there and grab a bear, you know just what to do. Throw it back, get hammered, and listen to dudes and brews. All right, Larry, man, it's good to have you back. I guess you were out of town. How was Arkansas?
It was good. It was good. First time I've ever been to Arkansas, as you call it.
Ooh.
But it was nice. Didn't really see anything.
Not missing
a bunch
much.
of trees. I mean, the drive there was beautiful.
Did you just go to the wedding and that was it? You didn't do any sightseeing?
Nah.
Oh, what?
Didn't have much time.
Sightseeing would there be to do,
Dude, they
Joe?
have
I mean, they've got mountains.
And dude,
Okay.
they have hot springs.
Yeah, they have
They're
hot
known for their hot
springs.
springs.
Okay.
That's what I would
Alright.
like to go to the hot springs.
I remember going as a kid and getting sick in the mountains because they got them windy roads in the mountains.
Oh yeah.
We
you didn't
act-
take your Dramamine?
I just before I realized I had motion sickness. I didn't realize that until I was an adult.
Well, we didn't go to the mountain area either, but they actually have a little Jerusalem area. It's like a not just Jerusalem. It's a little biblical town that they made.
Wow.
It's really cool, and they have different spots you can go to, and it's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
What up?
Yeah, and they have a museum and everything. So we want to go back to that, but nah, this time just wedding, business, and hotel, and it was a ghetto hotel. So.
But y'all had the entire
got
floor.
one of them roach motels.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, so this is, it's a bad motel. It's motel. It's what is it, hotel
Super
or
eight.
motel? Hotel.
Yeah.
Wait,
It's
is
a
a
hotel.
motel has the doors on the outside, right?
I don't even
I
know what
believe
makes
so.
it.
And they also
hotels
do it by the
are
week?
inside. Yeah.
Or by the hour?
By the hour.
It was a Residence Inn, but so this is what I was gonna say.
my
It's a
bad.
bad Residence Inn when they have two buildings,
Yeah.
and one of them's completely shut down because it's being redone, and yours is up next.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, okay, I get the
Oh,
very
no.
last 5% of life of this motel
Yeah.
or hotel room.
Yeah.
So it looked like, it's seen better days, but yeah.
Man,
Not mad.
Kinda
I heard some
sketch.
bad stories about
Sketch.
some sketch hotels. Like I was helping train a class at work, and somebody was telling me a story about him getting scabies at a hotel.
Oh yeah,
Dude,
Hey,
you
that-
should have told me that first.
Yeah.
That's serious,
Dude,
man.
scabies I did not know what they were. It's the first time I ever heard about them, and it grossed me out. Like, have you ever seen that show, like Monsters Inside Me?
No.
No.
Don't
that
watch
sounds
it.
even worse. Yeah.
Don't watch it, man. That's what it made me think of, and it just gave me the heebie-jeebies all day.
Yeah, I've seen
Man.
like photographs and horror stories of folks that I know.
Oh,
Damn
dude.
it, Lenny.
It's
Yeah.
serious. So
staying
check this
at
out. I
hotels
was
like
in.
this.
I spent, I think, roughly 8 months in Yuma Proving Grounds out in California, on a mock training thing in the Army, and we were in some sort of movement, and so we were in these big buildings and stuff. We weren't outside. We spent 3 months on the side of a mountain at one point in time, but this was back on the base, and there was 3 companies of men in one room. It was this huge building, but it was one solid room, and so there was oh my gosh, close to 370 dudes in this huge room, and somebody got scabies.
Sounds
And
like scabies
they
waiting to
they
happen.
quarantined off the entire room, man.
Might as well just light
And-
that room on fire.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
And
it's-
it was
there's
insane
none.
because
There's no coming back.
dude, it was insane because they shut us down. Everybody who was out and stuff had to come back, and 4 hours later, and you got to realize this was 3 infantry units, so it's just solid dudes, man. There's no females or anything. They're not allowed in the infantry, and in walks this E6, and she's some head medical whatever for Yuma
where this is
Proving
going.
Grounds.
Yeah.
And she comes in there and she starts yelling for us to go to not position of attention, but to kind of shut up. And after everybody got wind of the only female voice we'd ever heard screaming in the Army, and she was trying to give us orders and stuff. Dude, the whole room, 300 something dudes, instantly at the same time started laughing out loud, and she got so pissed off, and she got super red, and her other medical people that were they were there to issue us this lotion. We all had to get down to our underwear,
Yeah.
man, and wipe
Lotion
this
up.
pink stuff all over our bodies, and we just
Calamine
had to
style.
stay
Yeah.
like that, and it was pretty crazy. But yeah, scabies is a real thing, man.
It's real. So wait, what did you say it was? The pink stuff?
Calamine lotion.
Was that it? Was it calamine?
I mean, that's
like
used for
poison
more
ivy.
like
Poison
itching.
ivy.
Yeah, itching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it was calamine lotion, but it was pink and it was some sort of lotion. But I don't know. Scabies lotion, dude.
So how do you treat scabies? Do
I
you
have no
treat it?
idea.
Yeah. I don't either.
I have no
I would
idea.
think you should treat it kind of like bed bugs.
How do you treat bed bugs?
I
You
mean,
wash
it's-
everything. You
and
disinfect.
you have to disinfect and like
Yeah.
everything. And I mean, like from what I understand, they can get up in like the cracks of your house,
get
and
everywhere.
and under the baseboards, under the. I don't know. You know, that's what are these the ceiling trim.
You have to.
Ceiling board,
you have
what
to
they call it?
fumigate.
Yeah.
You have to
Yeah,
fumigate.
you have to
your
fumigate.
home.
It's not. I mean, I've heard it's awful.
What
It's
about under your skin?
Sometimes it's bad enough that they have to bag your home.
Though? Oh yeah, I saw an episode of Always Sunny in Philadelphia where they had the whole place fumigated.
Yeah.
And then they had to go back because it was the World Series and the Phillies were in the World Series and they left their tickets in their room. So the whole episode was them like going through this fumigated.
I think I've seen that episode.
Yeah, it was ridiculous, but they got the tickets. Long story short, but yeah, that was the first time I've ever seen them do that, where they like bag the whole building, and this was probably like a 13-story apartment building that they had.
very, very expensive.
Yeah, I bet.
man.
That's funny.
Yeah, I mean, think about it, supply and demand. What other situations do you need that kind of bag to bag up a whole building?
Right.
That's
Right.
it. So therefore, they could charge whatever they want because it's like,
Yeah.
you need
That's
to do
true.
it. So,
Dang.
$50,000 for one of these.
I can
Just
imagine.
Just throwing it
sure.
out there. I don't know if that's the
Yeah.
cost. I've only seen Always Sunny in Philadelphia. So
I can imagine.
That's doesn't teach you a lot.
All right, so we're gonna get on to a new subject here because this is kind of creeping me out,
Okay.
and I'm gonna get the heebie-jeebies.
Right.
It's gonna make me not be able to sleep tonight.
well,
Move it
I'm
along,
sitting
move
close
it
to you,
along.
so and I just left that sketchy little seedy,
Dang.
hotel.
Getting all. Oh man. Anyway,
Yeah.
so last week you mentioned something, and I told you were wrong right on the show, but apparently you ended up being right.
Oh,
So,
dude, half the time I'm right.
Oh, okay.
Guaranteed.
At least 50%.
Don't know that I
Yeah,
agree
at
with
least
that,
half the
but
time.
actually, so on Untapped, you actually can add home brews.
Okay.
You can add your own breweries in. It gives you different guidelines for it. So today we're gonna have to talk about, because obviously we're gonna add this one into the onto Untapped. Not that like everybody's gonna be able to try it, but the few people that do, they can at least rate it. So today we got to figure out what we're gonna call the brewery and what we're gonna call the beer.
Yes.
Now I've got some ideas for what we should call the brewery, but I wanted you guys to.
Oh, I'm
throw out
totally
ideas as well.
down.
So the first idea that I had was Dudes and Brews Ale Works.
Well, I was gonna say Dudes and Brews for sure. So I
just
like
added
Ale
at the
Works.
end. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I've seen other breweries with Ale Works.
There's the. I want to say there's like a Texas
What's
Project
the
Ale Works or something.
symbolism of L Works?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, what does it mean?
It
Yeah.
just sounds like ale was a type of beer, and then we're working on it.
Oh, Ale Works. Okay.
yeah, Ale Works. Yeah.
I'm all in on that for sure.
Oh, is that? Oh, is
Well,
that?
that
it?
was- he didn't even
in.
give the
Yeah.
second option.
Like, okay, so the
yeah.
other
Wait,
ones
what's
that I
the
had
other
on
one?
here
What's the other
was
one?
we had brewed previously, and we did Lucky Duck Brewing Company.
Did we do Lucky Duck?
That's what you were, or maybe it was Rubber Duck.
Rubber
Rubber or
Ducky.
Lucky,
Yeah,
either way.
it was Rubber Ducky Brewers.
Rubber Ducky
Yeah.
instead. Okay, and the third one I had, and I thought about this when we were brewing at your house.
Yeah.
Just because you live by Cherry Park, just calling it Cherry Park Brewing Company. Now, granted, I don't live by Cherry Park and I don't brew there over there anymore. But
Yeah, so that didn't apply
no,
whatsoever.
but the name, but the name just kind of rolled off the tongue and it sounded official to me.
Right.
So those are the three that I had in mind. You guys got to throw out
What was the
ideas.
second one?
It was Rubber Ducky Brewing Company, Dudes and Brews Ale Works, and Cherry Park Brewing Company. Those are what I had in mind. Now,
All right.
you guys got to throw out ideas.
Well, I'm liking Dudes and Brews. Ale Works, I'm kind of on the fence about, so I'm thinking I need to think about that one a little
Yeah.
bit. Dudes and Brews.
Yeah, we may have to circle back on.
Yeah,
the
we
brewery.
yeah.
Speaking of beer,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like
we
his
need to
eyes.
do beer here in
Look
a
at his
second. Hold
eyes.
on.
He
Yeah,
just
hold
shifts
on.
them.
But we've got to can we shift to the name of the beer?
Hold on. So the name
we're
of the beer,
brewing?
we got to talk about this too. So I brought 3 different ideas. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
We've got a holiday. So it is a gingerbread stout.
thank you. That was my next question.
Yep.
Okay.
So I
right.
thought about a holiday snacks. It's called holiday snacks. It's a gingerbread stout. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Because it's holiday themed, I
Well,
thought
I got
about
one.
calling it Festivus. Are you guys familiar with what Festivus is?
No, is it that
No.
creature?
No. So oh man,
makes
you
me
guys
think
need to
of
watch
Fester.
Seinfeld.
If 3 people
Okay.
don't know, others aren't going
Yeah,
to.
No,
either.
so you need to watch Seinfeld.
If
so,
you have to watch a sitcom from the 90s, I don't
If
know.
you have
so
to
I'll just
ask,
tell you about
they
this.
You're
don't
limiting.
So in
Yeah.
the episode of Seinfeld, basically, George's dad created this this holiday
called Festivus, and it's basically it replaces Christmas because he doesn't like the commercialization of Christmas. So it's the anti-commercialization of Christmas holiday. And instead of having a tree, they have a Festivus pole. It's really stupid, but
Yeah.
I like the name, and so that's why I brought it up here. Or my personal favorite is Larry's wife's gingerbread stout.
I second that.
The Larry's wife.
Yeah,
my wife had
second
nothing to do with it.
Does that
Honestly,
mean anything?
The Larry's wife one makes me feel uncomfortable, so I want to go with the legless gingerbread man.
Oh,
Boom.
I like that. See, I was gonna say something crazy like
that has a nice ring.
candy
to it.
cocaine,
Okay.
or like instead of candy
for sure.
cane or
Headless
headless.
gingerbread man.
headless.
The headless?
Cool.
Yeah, and it's
Dude.
kind of like the headless horseman, but he's
Yeah.
a gingerbread
Yeah, I
man.
know, but I'm trying to get
That's
into.
pretty
So
cool.
one of
The
the other
name would
things that I
sell
was thinking
it.
about was like,
He's riding a
so
horse.
I like the idea of having a theme to the a brewery itself.
Okay.
So one of the things I thought about doing was you could maybe this is stealing off of them, so you can tell me if this is, but in Tups has their stout is called the full grown man.
The full-grown man-child.
So and then they do different variations of it: the full grown scallywag, the full grown ombre.
And it's horrible.
No, they're awesome beers. He just doesn't like a stout. They're all really good beers.
Yeah.
But I thought about doing something that was like, call it like the Van Dyke or the hipster, and it has like
so
some
just
sorta-
different facial hairs.
Yeah,
So like the soul patch,
I mean,
the soul patch, the
I was thinking
sideburn.
like the Abe Lincoln, and it's a chin strap.
Then wouldn't it be the chin strap?
They call it the Abe Lincoln.
Wouldn't it be the chin strap?
Joe.
Is that what I'm wrong?
Yeah, I know.
No, is that what I'm talking about?
Kevin ain't feeling that one. I could tell.
Well, it's a good thing Kevin's a guest. Go
the
ahead.
Abe Lincoln.
I'm thinking it's the headless gingerbread man. And then get this, you could have other headless things. So it didn't have to. If this is a gingerbread beer, you could have
Oh, yeah,
the
dude.
headless. Instead of a horseman, what's something else? What's another man?
So it would be
The headless power lifter, and then he's like, lifting some weights. It's a stout. He's lifting some weights. He doesn't have no head.
Yeah, yeah. What is it? Leg day?
He's got heads. He's lifting heads on the barbell.
I was thinking he's lifting hops.
That
and it was
escalated
an
quickly.
IPA.
Yeah, that might have exposed the serial killer in me. Maybe we should back off
You're
the headless.
exposed.
Okay, so
Yikes.
If we can't go with Larry's wife's gingerbread stout, then I'm
all right,
down
we'll
for
do
the headless.
we'll do Larry's wife, so
All
that's
right.
cool.
I thought he was gonna veto it.
No, I'm not gonna veto
yeah.
it. If y'all like it,
I
let's
just
do
thought
it.
it was cool. Yeah,
I love my
I thought
wife.
it was
so
silly,
Yeah.
so
no,
It'll
hey,
sell
it's
too.
great. Yeah,
I love my
think it's
wife, and everybody loves someone named Larry. So
okay.
everybody
Yeah.
you can't meet a
Well,
Larry and not love the guy.
I would say as a consumer, I mean, having not, had the honor to meet Larry's wife, I mean, I'm sure it would get you.
you
it
better
would,
say it was an honor.
I won't have the honor.
I will do this woman justice and buy this beer.
Yes, as a consumer, you're like, I wonder what her gingerbread tastes like, and so there you go,
There you
selling
go.
point right there.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Okay.
Anyway. And Joe,
So-
Joe, a little backstory to how we came up with this, right?
Well, not man. We talked
I'm
about
sure
this
we
last
talk
week.
about it all the time.
Yeah,
but-
we talk about all. You
we
guys,
talk about the
you guys
same
have
thing
been
every
working on this for a month.
yeah, we had like a
Guys-
spreadsheet put together, and
How long y'all been working on this stuff?
well,
I mean, they've been discussing it
yeah,
for a
since
while. They
Denver.
literally wanted my
Yeah.
wife to bake
Make
some
the
gingerbread,
yeah, for
and then
the-
I
for
talked
the
to her
brew.
about it, and she was like, "Well, why doesn't Joe just do it? I've never made gingerbread." I was like, "Well." I mean, I had to tell her, I was like, here's the thing. Just because they want to say that it was your gingerbread. That's it.
Yeah,
they just want to
yeah.
say it's Larry's wife's gingerbread.
Yeah,
so,
that's the
so
whole
you
reason
need
behind
to
it.
make this gingerbread for them. So she was like, okay, I guess so.
So did y'all
Anyway.
put the gingerbread in the beer?
Oh no! After some extensive research, I found out that it probably wasn't a good idea to actually put gingerbread in the mash itself. So instead, I've got some spices marinating in some vodka that I'm going to pour in first before I do the secondary fermentation.
Roger that. All
Long
right.
story short, no.
No, didn't.
Nope.
didn't make it in. There.
Anyway, so speaking of beer, you want to go ahead and get into one of these?
Yeah, let's
Let's
crack
do
it.
it.
So go ahead and grab one.
Are we doing
Whichever one you want there, bud.
The H-Town tribute.
Let's do it.
All right.
I mean,
Let's do it.
whichever one you want there,
H-Town
bud.
So that
tribute.
chopped and screwed, that slow down.
Screw, that Paul
Is this
Wall,
a Houston beer?
that Houston, that Katie,
So this is from No Label Brewing Company. They're out of Katy.
It's not Houston, but when you look at that name, do you recognize the pun?
Sittin Sidehaze.
Sittin Sidehaze.
So I
Boys
don't.
in
I
the
was never a
day.
fan. I never listened to Paul Wall. So
I love me some H-Town, some Paul Wall.
Sitting Sidehaze.
Paul
For
Wall
sure.
did. Yeah, I don't know. He did
Who
grills.
else was down? Mike, what was that? Mike Jones, and who else
Did
was
it?
some of the other?
Did he do grills?
Yeah. Paul Wall did grills.
I
Yeah,
love-
With
with-
like
Very-
8 other guys.
yeah,
Very good smell to it.
yeah.
He's the grill master.
I actually had a haze out of Houston over the weekend. Purple label. It's pretty cool looking.
Is it called
It was-
the Purple Haze?
The purple haze. Yeah, it was really, really hazy.
So here you go, Houston
All right.
rappers. So there's Lil Flip,
Yeah, okay.
Mike Jones,
Mike Jones.
Was it UGK out of Houston?
You- the Underground
UGK,
Kings,
yes. One of the best.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Was it Bumby?
Bumby, yeah.
Was it Bumby or Pimp C?
I don't
Which
give
one
me the
died?
line,
Oh,
dude.
it was Pimp C.
Yeah, it was Pimp C.
Rest in peace,
Yeah,
homie.
sorry.
It's getting out of my
Bumby.
realm
in
here,
peace.
buddy.
Dude, that was well. That's because that was kind of they were trending for a while, but
Yeah.
they're not. The Houston rap scene's not big anymore. That like slowed down rap. Are you familiar with any of those?
It's
artists,
like real
Kevin?
chill. Like
No.
I'm thinking of like Devin the Dude, like real chill like that.
I think Devin the Dude's from Houston, right?
I have no idea.
Or
I've
is
He's
he
a
never-
like
Texas
too slow?
rapper.
Is he?
No, it's that same style.
He's like real slow.
It's
Like
that
let's
same
get
style,
high and just sit and chill.
And if any of the fans listening, if they have a different perspective on Houston rap, man, come on with it. Like, what you got? If it's still- Chameleonaire. If it's still popping, let us know.
Riding dirty, right?
Yeah. Let us
Okay.
know. I'm all about it. So what's up with this label, Larry? What's going on, man?
So what we got is that
They on
wood
that
grain.
hydraulics?
Think about it.
Yeah.
Who raps about wood grain? Paul Wall. Yeah,
Does-
exactly.
For real?
yeah. He
Oh,
really,
dude.
I wish I could remember some lyrics, but he has something where he says like wood grain. I thought he's usually like talking about the inside, but maybe.
What's up with the NL
It's that
boxes
station
in the
wagon.
back?
It's
Yeah.
no
no label.
No label.
Oh, okay, cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's their
And the Dalmatian chilling in the back.
logo.
Katy, Texas.
Yeah, I've been wanting to
Cool.
get a hold of these guys because I see them on Instagram and they have a hard Instagram game. Like their Instagram is on point.
How
You
so?
really?
Like
Okay,
it's
yeah,
like I think their labels are pretty legit. All their merch looks pretty cool. They got really good. Whoever does the art for their stuff, I just think it's like on point.
Let's check out the beer.
And
It's cool, but dude, look at those the face of the guy driving. First of all, he's in the wrong side of the seat.
yeah, I don't
He's
get
in
that.
the passenger seat.
maybe they're
Yeah,
from
with the
Europe, dude. I don't know.
He's looking way too joyful. Those boxes, look at that. The angle of the boxes don't match the angle of the car.
True.
The
Dude,
car
yeah.
angles angled down. The boxes
And
are angled
There's
up.
a skeleton in the back
crap
seat.
about
The I was about to say the guy in the back's dead.
Oh yeah, good call.
The dog's riding shotgun on the rooftop.
and look, he's sitting on like a railing, but you don't see him under the railing.
Right.
Yeah, this is. I don't know
Okay.
about this.
It's
design,
a little
Joe.
off. And this is a East Coast IPA.
Another
Yeah.
conflict.
Yeah, another conflict.
We're in the South here.
yeah, we're riding dirty down the south.
You're gonna have
man.
to look up their other
I'm looking them up right now.
because look at this one. This one's
No
called
label.
"This Is Fire." It's a
Oh
barley
yeah, I
wine.
like that one.
It looks cool. What about this one right here? Up,
I
up,
like
and away.
that. I like the colors for sure.
See, maybe it's the color pop that I,
like
just really
that.
enjoy.
I like that old school comic look.
Like maybe that's what I like about it. is
That's a
that
good beer.
They have really the colors pop on all their
Good
stuff.
sipping beer.
They got this Java
It's
something
pretty
that's got like an
crazy on the
old.
front end.
Mm.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro.
Crazy.
It is,
Let's-
man.
I didn't think it
I
was
feel like
that
I'm
crazy.
out in the yard chewing some grass right now.
I mean,
out
it's
in the
not that
pasture,
bad.
bro.
I don't know. I
All
get
right,
a
let me
little. I
see.
get some
A
tropical
little-
feel to it.
I'm not catching that tropical.
I get a little like
No.
pineapple on the back end. Am I crazy?
Yeah, I'm thinking pine, kind of piney.
Yeah, it's got a little. It's got that IPA
Got
hit.
that IPA, yeah, that
But
classic.
that's what the
That's
haze.
the New
Usually the
England.
haze though, dude. When you got that haze,
I know you get a little more fruit or
I don't-
citrus.
I really don't know, like, what haze has to do with anything, but this tastes like what haze is. So
Man.
we're gonna turn this one over to Joe, who's
Yeah,
the
Joe.
expert on the
All right,
hops.
I gotta find
Tell us
that.
about the haze, Joe.
I mean, based on what I'm tasting, like I said, I get a little tropical flavor to it, so I wouldn't be surprised if it had like Mosaic or Azeka hops in it. I don't get the forward piney flavor that you would get out of, say, like a Centennial hop.
anytime it's time to start talking about hops, we just turn it over to Joe.
Yeah.
Like, get
Hold on a second.
hit it, Joe.
I mean, see, I get a little bit of citrus on the front end and then a little bit of that tropical on the back end. I don't know how you're not feeling that there. Let's go ahead and read what it says here. So it says,
Yeah, go ahead.
very hazy gold color, reminiscent of fruit juice, white head, bright fruity aroma with notes of tropical fruit, pineapple, and melons, thanks to the
Oh,
generous
look at that.
whirlpool of double dry hop infusions of Citra, Eldorado, and Azeka hops.
My man
Look
Joe.
at that.
Yeah.
Like
My
I
man
said,
I know.
the hop master.
Well, it helps when you got the untapped at your fingertips.
No,
yeah,
I
you read
didn't
it ahead
read
of time.
this. Get out of here.
He's like, wait, I'm feeling some tropic.
All right, hey, when do you guys put that on ice? While I just put that on ice, and I'll just look this.
Okay.
What's interesting?
He pulled a note out of his pocket.
Yeah. Put that note up, dude. Well, so I was talking about the Houston Haze. So it's a Spindle Tap brewery, and it's actually a New England as well.
Yeah,
New
so
England
Spindle Tap
IPA.
is the one that we had that was that the hop hands with the throwback to Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Oh, it was. Yeah, that was a fun. The old
was
school
cool.
like Nintendo looking label.
Yeah, and gosh, what's the guy's
was the
name?
other
But
one?
he had, instead of boxing gloves, he had hops for hands.
yeah.
So hey, I have a question.
Go ahead, bro.
Where's the majority of the locations y'all are picking these up? Is it random? Is it y'all got?
So I like to buy
spot?
beer specifically if I'm in the area. I go to a place in McKinney. So shout out to these guys. It's off of El Dorado Parkway. It's called Choice Beverage. It's like right behind Kroger on El Dorado. They literally sell beer and wine, and that's it.
Okay.
And it's that's where I go for beer if I'm in town, and that's where I picked these up at.
So shout out to them. We're trying to get some sponsors. So
Yeah, those guys are
y'all
awesome.
just check it out, right? Yeah.
Like,
All right, Larry.
We'll rock
I've
'em.
talked to them enough; they know who I am.
Well,
So
and I will say,
Where you hitting it, Larry?
Yeah. Go
Where
ahead.
am I hitting what?
Where you hitting
The
the
selection?
Where you getting the exotics? Local.
I haven't
a good
contributed
question.
much lately, but normally, I mean, dude, there's tons of spots. Spirits across town is just it's a chain, but they always have a good selection.
Okay.
Even down here at Fossil Creek is good. I don't go to the city like he does.
Y'all don't hit that green market.
Green Market's
Green
good.
Market
They have a
was
good
good.
selection.
Until
I
it was
feel like
good
it
until I
hasn't
had
gotten
all
as
of
good.
them.
Yeah.
I had all their beers, and then they just have more of the same.
Okay.
So they don't mix it up enough.
yeah, I don't go there anymore. I used to go there all the time, but unless you want
Right.
clown shoes, it's
Oh wait,
Yeah,
I
they
got to
have
talk to you guys about
huge
something
selection
what's up?
of clown
So
shoes.
you guys got to get this too.
All right.
So I went to Buc-ee's on my way out to Arkansas, right?
Yeah.
And they have a 12-pack. It's a 12 days of Christmas
Of the
clown shoes.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Clown shoes, 12 days of Christmas, 12 different kinds of beers, and all of them were good. They're mostly IPAs, but then they had some stouts. They had like 2 stouts.
nice.
They had a pecan porter. They had some really good beers though, but that's cool to get a mixed pack of 12 different beers.
They're not the only ones doing that though.
Well,
I think New
they did it
Belgium
good.
that does the Voodoo. I think they're doing a 12 IPAs of Christmas.
What?
Okay.
What?
Yeah.
I think I saw it online. 12 IPAs of Christmas from New Belgium, which does the Voodoo
Yeah.
Ranger.
I picked up the
I
New
will
Belgium
participate in
12 pack combo pack. It had 4 different.
Usually that's what it is.
It's
It's
4 different, right? And
Yeah.
I'm looking. What you were describing sounds amazing. I want something that offers an IPA. Go ahead.
I lied to you. It's by Stone. Sorry. But Stone
I
does a really
wondered,
good IPA.
yeah.
But that's all they do
So,
is IPAs.
They have
And I
the
want
they have the
something-
dadgum.
Yeah.
No, the
I want
Dadgum
something that
IPA
offers the
is
IPA,
by-
a stout.
Roaring Sun.
The porter.
Yeah, the
They even
porter.
had a Mexican stout. I've never had a Mexican stout before, and it was really good.
Oh, yeah,
and
it's
then
something.
their designs are really cool
It's
too.
something-
Their IPA is just called Stone IPA, right?
Yeah, just
Yeah,
Stone
yeah.
IPA.
Oh, yeah.
But so the 12 days of IPAs from Stone. I thought about
Okay.
I thought about doing it, but the thing is, we got 5 weeks left before we couldn't do all these
Here's
on
the
the
thing,
podcast.
though. Let me get back to
Yeah.
my plug
Yeah,
here.
go ahead.
Yeah.
Because I felt like I was stoked
were
about
on
it, and I was like, oh, this is awesome. It's
ahead.
at Buc-ee's. Go to Buc-ee's.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Go
yeah.
in there, get you that 12 days.
Yeah.
Y'all
Okay.
Don't
Yeah, I
get
saw
scared.
it.
I'm going.
Y'all don't get
I
scared.
saw it at
I'm going down there.
Specs as well, so you can get it at Specs
That's
too.
typically where I go as well.
Like Specs.
Here
But
in
I am
town.
surprised
Yeah.
you
I
got
was
that.
saying
you said-
Spirit.
you
Earlier
said
I was saying
Spirit,
Spirits, but
yeah.
it's Specs, not
Yeah.
Spirits. Yeah, y'all
Spec-
should have corrected me. Y'all were looking at me all
I was
crazy
gonna
too.
circle
No,
back.
actually,
Yeah.
I was thinking, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
thinking about the
Circle back
name.
on
Me too.
Specs.
Me too.
But what I'm seeing too, it's like even on the outskirts, like in the rural areas where I'm at. I'm
out
seeing-
there in Whitesboro?
I'm seeing some pretty decent selections.
Okay.
I wish they would rotate it in and out a little more. I know you had mentioned Green Market's kind of stuck on specifics.
Well, one of
but-
the things that becomes difficult, and that's the reason why I like to go to McKinney, is because McKinney's far enough north that they'll get stuff out
Right.
of Fort
Dallas.
Worth.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dallas
okay.
Fort Worth.
No, a
area.
lot of the Dallas stuff will ship it here, but I know
Yeah.
Fort Worth, like specifically Martin House Brewing Company, they won't ship any further north than McKinney.
Oh, that's weak.
So like Martin House
We're
is
not
hard to
even that
get, but I
far.
love Martin House, and it's hard to get their stuff outside of McKinney. So that's why. I mean, and I have family there, so that kind of helps.
For sure.
So
Right.
Yep.
yeah, but yeah. So to answer your question, you got a few different spots here to go hit up.
Got some
But
options,
if
bro.
you want local, I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, and if you guys knew this, call me out because I felt stupid when I went into Specs the other day.
Okay.
Why is that?
Is it
Because
cheaper?
no,
cash?
I go in there and I see that they're cool. They got all the coolers, but they got a section for beer where it's not in the cooler. A whole aisle of
I
beer
know.
that's not in the cooler, and I'm like, how the hell have I not seen this before?
Yeah, it's on the wall, huh?
Yeah, it's over there like behind the register almost, and I'm like, okay.
So I got something else to tell you about that place. If you pay with cash, it's cheaper.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's always if
Interesting.
you're a member, it has like the member prices on everything, and it's like $1 cheaper. But
Okay.
you can't get that discount with a card. You have to pay cash.
So is that why they ask me cash, debit, or credit every
Yep.
time I go in there?
Yep.
Okay.
So I will also tell you that good beer is kind of expensive.
Oh yes.
Because I bought two different beers, and I think they were like $12 a piece, $12.99 a piece.
Yeah. 4-pack.
Yeah.
What?
No,
What?
for a 6-pack.
Oh, a 6.
You paid $13 for this haze?
Yeah, I think so.
Get out of town.
So that happens all the time, though. I feel like the majority of beers outside of like Roaring Sun or like 903.
I'm not happy with that.
Like most of them are $11-12. Yeah.
Like on last week's when I picked up those
Pretty
those
average.
chocolate milk stouts or whatever.
Yeah, those
there
were
was
like $12.
It was like $15 for a 4-pack.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that's stouts is a
Let's
different
see-
story.
right.
Stouts is different. If you're
Yeah.
having an IPA, it shouldn't be
Okay.
$13
Yeah.
for a 6-pack,
It's
unless
kinda
you're
what
going
I-
to
it's kinda what I see.
freaking Albertsons where they try to rip you off on beer.
Probably where I was going.
Yeah, no, they really do. Albertsons,
They do.
Albertsons, unless it's on sale. Once it's on sale, it's the normal price. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, here's a $10 pack of beer. Glad it's on sale and I can pay
I
regular
haven't
price
purchased
for
And
it.
then they give you
Albertsons
a
in a long
receipt
time.
like, here's a discount next time. You know, save a few cents next time you come.
No, but they have good discounts, but yeah, they just upcharge. Albertsons
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Right.
But
Anyway, so we'll go ahead and get into some events this week. So this
Cool.
week in
Okay.
history. So I hate that I'm going back to Boomer 2 weeks in a row.
Haha.
But today, 1974, it's your boy Chad Kroger's birthday. Kroger, however you say his name, lead singer of Nickelback.
how old is he?
He's born in 1974.
1974.
So
So-
you could do the math
So
on
you're,
that.
so you're leaving it to Boomer to
Can
kind
I?
of segue in on this.
46. Is that
I don't
right?
know. I felt like Larry was the Nickelback expert over here on Halloween. So we had the wig, and my man's out in the street, like navigating, just kind of doing the hip thrusts. As
Come on now, there's a part of you that wants to go.
There is a part.
How
of
you
Look at this photo.
remind
I just want to
me
walk up to
of
somebody and say, "Look at this photograph."
Yeah.
I mean, that, with the. But anyway, no, I'm definitely not an expert on Nickelback. So
No?
or Chad.
What do
Chad
you guys
Kroeger.
think about Nickelback? I mean, because the internet likes to trash them and say they suck.
Right.
So, what is y'all's opinion on Nickelback?
I mean, so
ahead.
this is my opinion. Nickelback is fun, but they're not. I'm not a fan of them. But they're fun. But I'm not a fan of country music because I don't like music that has no metaphors. It's just literally like it'll be like, here's a song right here. I got a beer on the table. Pizza koozie. You know what I mean? That's a
literally-
country song, right?
that's it.
So
No.
then Nickelback sings those same types of songs. They just literally are narrating what they're seeing or what's happening.
Yeah,
So they're like,
their
look at this
experience.
photograph. Every time I look at it, it makes me laugh. And then at one point they're like, what the heck is on, what's his name? They're like, what the heck is on Jimmy's head? Like, come on, what kind of lyric is that? I'm looking at a picture and something's on Jimmy's head and I'm going to write that into a song.
It's kind of ridiculous.
So that's
I
just,
can't get behind
but,
that.
But at the same time, it's ridiculous. But then I'll sing along to
Yeah,
it and
it's a
and
fun-
feel good
Right,
about
right.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like I'm embarrassed.
So, that is the reason why I shit on Nickelback, is because of how simplistic their
yeah.
lyrics are. Now, their lyrics, I hate to say this, but their lyrics and their kind of music, it is perfect for radio. It's perfect for for people to get into it as a fad. And because it's
Yeah.
mindless music. I don't feel like there's any like heart and soul when they write that music. They write that music to go, hey, what can we do to trick people's minds to get them to listen to us and download as much as they possibly can?
Correct.
Rather than actually putting real, like treating it as an art.
yeah.
I don't feel like they treat it as an art. And that's
for
why
me-
I don't.
That's
like
why
it.
I feel about music is I like the artistic factor of it,
Right.
where you don't have to know everything that the song is about. It's open for translation, and it's something that impacts different people in different walks of life. Nickelback impacts everybody the same way.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
like I'm impacted because I'm singing along with this like it's karaoke night.
Yeah, it's exactly right.
Yeah.
It's perfect for
Singing
karaoke.
in line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to do a karaoke.
But I know all the
Nickelback.
songs. And
Let's do it.
Well, you guys know I'm all into the radio hits, top
that's
of
why
the
I
charts,
figured that you really
cliches.
like some.
I mean,
some
gosh,
Nickelback.
I went to see was it lead singer of Creed here in Sherman live, and
Oh,
I was
yeah.
all about
Scott Stapp.
Oh man, that's another one right there.
I was all about it, so I can get behind it because they're fun to sing, to
Yeah.
jam to, and karaoke. But yeah, there's not a lot of depth on a lyrical standpoint.
Nah.
Not at all.
What about you, Kev? Can you get behind Nickelback?
Man, dude, I'm so sure I was jamming out to them back in,
wasn't?
I'm telling you.
but
2002.
Yeah,
dude, ever since I've come to the Lord, it's hard to really get tuned into any music
into
other
secular.
than worship music.
Yeah.
gotcha.
What about that Spider-Man soundtrack, that Hero? Remember it had him, and then it had the guy from Saliva. Did you guys get behind that song?
It's called Hero.
There goes my hero.
No,
No,
that's
I mean
Foo
that's the
Fighters.
Foo Fighters, and
Oh.
that's an amazing
yeah.
song.
Yeah. He loves Foo Fighters, so he's like, that one's amazing.
yeah.
But the other one, that's about a hero. Very
I mean, it might be
similar.
good. I'm looking it up right here.
He's like,
I'm so high I can hear heaven.
save us, not gonna stand here and wait.
Oh,
You know that song?
I've
That's a
heard
good
it.
song. It went with the Spider-Man movie perfect.
Yeah.
Was it like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man?
Yeah, Spider-Man 2, I think.
Oh, cool.
Either
Yeah,
that or
I
the
was
second or
digging
the
it.
first one.
I was digging it the way you were singing it, bro. I was
I
like,
mean,
okay,
you
that's
know,
pretty
maybe if there are any bands out there looking for a singer. Just joking.
what I was joking
about.
I'm
My
trying
boy
to
Larry,
try to ditch this podcast, join a band.
His wife makes some incredible gingerbread
Yeah,
stout.
exactly. Anybody out there who likes
Talented, man.
gingerbread? My wife's never made gingerbread, but she will if you get me on the band.
Get out of
We'll
here.
hook you up.
So yeah,
All right, guys.
go ahead.
So got another one here for you. So on November 15th, 2008, Brock Lesnar becomes the UFC heavyweight champion in his fourth professional UFC fight.
Randy Couture.
Beats Randy
Yep.
Couture. So what do you guys think about Brock Lesnar? Personally, I thought it was impressive. It was only his fourth professional fight. But
Yeah.
then again, he did beat up on a guy that was 40 plus years old.
But who was the champion?
Yeah, I know, but
For beating Gabriel Gonzaga, who is a beast of a man too. So you can't count out Randy Couture. Even
no,
though he's old.
you
He's a
really
legend.
can't. You really can't. He's the oldest champion in history?
He might be. I'm pretty sure he was 40 something. 40,
He was in his
upper
40s somewhere.
Brock
He was a
Lesnar
beast.
seems to be like a mythical creature. He is.
Yes.
He's a freak of nature.
The dude makes no sense.
It make no
His
no,
traps.
No, it's ridiculous.
His traps, like he goes from his ears, shoulders down, like his neck is built
Yeah.
into it. His traps are bigger than my bicep. It makes no sense, dude.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
I walked
he's
in the
fast.
ring with this guy, ref, just call it right now. I'm not.
Oh, dude, I wasn't. No, I just lay down on
like a fetal position.
let him
Reminds
beat on
me-
me.
Yeah.
It makes me think. Did you guys ever see that show on MTV called Bully Beatdown?
Yeah.
That's what it makes you think
yeah.
of, because wasn't a Chris Lieben on there? Then he beat up on somebody.
I didn't see that one, but
Oh, you
that,
just took me back.
it's
man.
been a while since I've seen that
Nostalgia.
show.
Yeah, that's what it makes
Yeah.
you think of. Like, I'm gonna get beat up by this dude. I ain't even about to do this right now.
Bully beat down, man.
Yeah, getting beat down by Brock Lesnar though. I feel like he doesn't even have to like hit you. If he just imagine wrestling,
Yeah, could you
Because he's a
imagine?
wrestler and he's so big and stacked that like I feel like he could dislocate your shoulder.
Oh, yeah.
just from taking you down.
Oh, yeah.
just so hard, and then it's like, oh, now I'm handicapped for life.
Dude, that's why I said I just lay down.
Yeah,
When
yeah, don't resist.
dude, I mean, I don't know what this guy's gonna do to me, but just do it and get it over
So it's
with.
weigh in, tap, get your show money, and go home.
There you go.
Don't even sign the contracts. What I would do,
not
not even show up.
Man, but Randy Couture though, man, he's a legend, right? I mean,
Yeah.
he was definitely best of his era.
Yeah, he was for sure.
So I didn't realize Brock Lesnar only had 8 or 9 fights.
Yeah, he didn't have much.
What?
He had 9 fights in the UFC. The most of his career was in WWE
I was
or
gonna
WWF.
say he came
but
in from WWE.
yeah.
Okay.
But
Most of
9
his fights
fights.
was I think he only had 2 fights in his debut, right? Like his third fight was against Heath Herring, and then Frank Mir.
I'm showing his first ever MMA fight was in some small promotional league. His second fight, he fought Frank Mir.
In the UFC.
Third
oh,
fight
so
was
second fight
Keith
was
Haring.
so second fight in the UFC in the big leagues.
Yeah.
and then the fourth fight.
And
he was
I
the
remember
champ.
when that fight happened too, because I was like, "Oh man, he could get submitted." And what happened?
Yeah.
Almost got his leg ripped off.
Yeah, he was an amateur though.
No, he didn't know what he was doing,
He didn't
and
know
then
what
he
he was
went
doing.
in to beat the crap out of Frank Mir when they fought again.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's a freak of nature.
Yeah.
But it blows my mind that he is, I will say, out of all the fighters in UFC history, probably top 5 of most famous. Mm-hmm. And he only had 9 fights. That just blows my mind.
I mean, when it comes to prize fighting, it doesn't matter how skilled you are. It matters on how much people want to see you fight.
And people wanted to see
And
him
people
fight.
want to see him fight because he's a freak of nature.
Maybe that's
So
why.
he's
yeah.
a prize fighter, man. It didn't matter if he was a pro coming into it or not. He had a wrestling background, and he was learning striking along the way, learning jiu-jitsu along the way.
His striking was never that good. It's take you down and hammer fist.
Yeah, dude. The thing
And I'm not
is-
saying that his hammers are not like clubs hitting you in the face.
Yeah,
but
the thing is his hands were lunch boxes.
Yeah.
So he didn't. He just had to kind of a lot of the. If you look at his old fights, a lot of the punches he used to finish people were like thrown from like this far.
Yeah.
He would just be like "Da-da-da-da," like just lunch
Yeah, so it's
boxing their
1-inch
head
punches.
up. Yeah, lunch boxing them, dude.
Wow.
And
No,
it's
like his
if you
hands
don't-
are so big.
Hop hands.
It's one of the it's one of those things where it's like you look at the proper way to fight and people who have like a lifelong martial arts background, and then
Yeah.
you see someone who comes in and says, I don't care about any of that.
Yeah.
I have lunch boxes.
Yeah.
As hands.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, his hands.
No, so like his hands are the biggest hands that the UFC I think has ever had. They had to custom make gloves for him because his hands didn't fit like their extra large size.
Freak of nature,
Yeah,
dude.
they're
Yeah.
4XL.
Wow.
Yeah, something dumb like that,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Oh
yeah.
man, that dude was redonkulous.
I wouldn't want to thumb war with
you-
that dude either.
Dude, imagine
Could
your
you
thumb
imagine
is
just
done.
so-
You're not able to flush anymore. You're using your elbow to flush the rest of your life.
That's right. That's exactly
You're
how
done
it would
for.
happen. And that would be your major concern also is the flushing of the commode.
Seriously, man. Much less wiping, dude. Come on.
Oh my gosh.
Dude,
Oh,
come on. Everybody
obviously-
wipes with their hand, not the thumb.
Obviously, that's
Who's
the
thumb
best.
wiping?
No, you got that boudet, man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
Thumb wiping. just
You
thumbing
gotta
it up,
have thumbs, man, to hold the paper, brother.
sitting around with your thumb in your
Yeah,
ass.
so don't fall off.
Whoa.
All right, anyway.
That's your beer name, the thumb wipe.
No. That beer was awful. That seems like a description of a beer.
Oh,
Tastes
yeah.
like that thumb wipe.
Oh, but
Oh,
now
man.
we need to move on.
Yeah.
Let's hope your beer doesn't taste like that thumb wipe.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get into some games here. So we're gonna play the classic. Can you get behind that?
Let's do it.
Okay, scarves. Can you get behind a scarf?
I thought he said scars at
No,
first.
scarf.
I'm
No,
like,
I don't know why. I
Scarves.
pictured
Is it-
Joe
is
wearing
it-
a scarf all of a sudden.
Can you? No, no.
Dude.
No, can we kind of break that down a little bit for the viewers? So what kind of scarf are we talking about?
Does it matter?
Is there a different kind of scarf?
I don't
No,
know.
Brian.
Okay, so
The
Is there,
material
is there
or
like,
I'm
a, is there
saying
like a
that-
lady scarf?
So wait,
and a-
so-
and a
so-
male
so hold
scarf
on.
or what?
No.
Okay.
I'll say this. We're talking about all scarves in general here. Now there are different styles, I would say. So like the businessman, it's snowing outside. He
yeah,
brings
outside of
his
his
jacket. It's on the
jacket.
outside of his jacket. It hangs down. It's
Yeah.
just for looks. It's really not for
See, I can get behind that.
anything. Can you get behind that? Maybe.
Maybe.
What about that hipster with the glasses and the weird hair that flips it around and
No
he's got
way.
the deep V with the
You're
the
describing
hair?
people
And-
now,
yeah,
though.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
But that's a different
Okay.
kind of scarf, is it not?
And the hipster with like the
I think we just got. I think what we got to do is just lay out the scarf, and then
Okay.
we let each one of us determine when do
Okay.
scarves matter. Because it's like, do scarves,
Do scarves
lives matter?
matter? You're right.
And if they matter, when do they matter? When
all
do
right.
you need a
Why
scarf?
don't you kick us off, Larry, on this?
Oh no, dude!
on this
I
subject?
want to hear y'all's opinion. I have a good time that it matters. But
This is the first time anybody's ever brought up this article of clothing before in my life.
Hang
Right.
with us, Kev. Hang
So
with us.
no, I'm here. I mean,
he's struggling with it, but
Yeah.
he's gonna get through it.
It's in his
I'm,
face.
I'm definitely
Scarf.
gonna need another one of these IPAs.
He's like, before I can answer about the
Can
scarf.
you get? By, I feel
So
like,
so I'll say, if you're that businessman, then yeah, I can get behind it. But
Mm-hmm. Okay.
outside of
When can
that,
you
for
not?
for a guy, outside of that, there's no other reason why you should be wearing a scarf.
I feel like we go back to the bicycle helmet. Like, are bicycle helmets sexy? You can't answer this question.
But I think what you're saying though is it's fashionable with the peacoat.
Yeah.
Peacoat, right?
Yep. Yeah.
It's
Okay.
fashionable
It's
with the
fashionable.
peacoat, but is it necessary though? That's the
it's not
thing.
necessary,
Yeah.
but
It's never
it is
necessary.
fashionable.
is it practical? Necessary?
It's
No.
an extra like article of clothing. It's almost like whenever you wear a sweater, you have to debate on if you want to wear it or because you could tie it around your waist later.
True.
So it's like with a scarf, you don't even have to ask yourself that. You're automatically tying something around your waist. It's just your neck.
Okay.
So you're automatically committing to an extra piece of clothing.
Yeah.
Why would anybody want to do that? I don't know.
It's more
For
trouble.
fashion.
More
that's
trouble.
that's the thing. It's specifically for fashion.
For
I don't
me,
think it
in
serves
all
any
honesty,
purpose.
it's something to lose.
I mean, yeah,
It's
I can say that too.
something to forget in the truck or the Jeep, and something to forget at work.
And down here in Texas, I feel like it's very unnecessary.
Scarf sales
for sure.
aren't very haven't peaked very much lately.
Texas,
in
never
never
Texas.
trended.
scarves business.
Never
right.
trended.
I'll tell you where they do trend though. People who crochet. If you crochet scarves for some reason. I don't know.
Scarves,
Okay.
blankets,
You
And
become a
toboggans.
professional.
Toboggans. That's what I was trying to think of. With
A
the
toboggan?
the hipster earlier.
like
yeah,
like a beanie.
yeah, but
Yeah.
over your ears.
Oh, okay. Well, because
Yeah.
like, do you know what the real definition of a toboggan is?
Isn't it like a sled?
It's like a sled.
Yeah, it's a sled.
I did not
no
know this
idea.
until up north, like because my brother lives in Nebraska.
yeah.
I used to always call like those knitted caps. He always called it a toboggan, and everybody would look at him funny, thinking like he's carrying around a sled with him. Because up there it snows. Here we don't have snow.
They're
so.
looking jealous. They're like, dude, you got
Yeah.
a sled? I want to ride it.
Heck yeah.
And, hey man, why don't you let me have a ride on that toboggan?
Dude,
Sounds weird.
So when I was a little side note, I mean, I do want to continue this scarf conversation, but
No, you don't.
Yeah, I love that.
on a side note,
dude, really,
dude,
I really do.
I totally crisped my arm like to the max. Right there, dude.
Was it on that
Good
chair?
tra-
Was it
And
on
I
the
Just
Get it,
chair?
put it on like that
Oh.
edge right there, and I was just like, "You're talking about scarves." I was like, "Oh, that
You
hurt."
wish
My
you had a
arm
scarf on.
burns.
So
at
you were
that
saying
point.
awe, and you're like, I don't want anybody to think I was saying awe about scarves.
right.
Yeah. So no, I can't. I don't think I.
So
can
it
get
sounds like
behind a scarf,
nobody
man.
can get behind a
No.
scarf.
Listen, I'll tell you somebody who
We
did get
can.
behind him,
Okay.
Elvis Presley, and it was beneficial to him.
Hey, I thought this guy right here driving looked like Elvis.
Let's see. Let's take another look.
Yeah, you're just saying that because he has mutton chops.
No.
He looks
So-
nothing like
He
Elvis.
does have mutton
So do you guys
chops.
remember what Elvis used his scarves for?
No, I mean
No.
he used to do the flipping up. He was the original guy that flipped up.
Flipped
the
No,
Just
dude. If
collar.
you
Collar.
look at
Collar,
old
right?
footage,
Popping that collar.
What did he use?
Yeah,
he
he
was
was
the original
original
guy
top
to
collar.
have like female groupies in the back. And he would on stage be down there, and he'd have like 6 scarves on, and he would give girls scarves, and then they would be like crying and dying, and then that would be almost like a sign to say, "You're mine, girl,
Oh,
and
wow.
you're gonna get to go in the VIP area."
Oh what?
So he was like
Okay.
really using scarves to like melt the hearts of these, honestly, a lot of times teenage girls.
I
which
can
is really
imagine it was
sick.
awful, but
But yeah, so he was the only person to ever make scarves a thing, and
I
I,
had
think
no
scarves
idea.
have never been able to recover since then.
You're right.
So-
I'd say you're
How
probably
many
right.
little
50%
Elvises
of the-
do we really think there are running around right now? A lot of royalty
little
money
Elvises?
goes out to a lot of kids that don't know who the dad is.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
a good
man.
question.
Hey, all these kids can sing really good though.
Yeah. So no, he brought scarves in.
Okay.
But
All right,
nobody
so-
can get
Outside
behind
of
scarves.
Elvis.
yeah, nobody
Yeah.
gets behind scarves. I
right.
kind of figured that, but I thought I'd throw it out.
You caught that one quick.
So,
Yeah.
all right. So another one. Can you get behind that? TV shows get worse as they go on. Can you get behind that statement?
Some.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they run out of quality.
Because
details in
most,
the show. They run.
I
out
think
of,
that most TV shows don't know. They want to try to. They want to try to stay on that revenue train rather
Yeah.
than knowing when to get off and go. You know what? We just
Yeah.
need to stop this. From
All right.
what I understand, now I wish I would have watched it. I just couldn't get into it, but I heard that the Heisenberg, what's his name,
Oh,
was it
with
Jesse?
Ron Paul. What's that show called? No, not Ron Paul.
Breaking Bad.
Something Paul.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I heard Breaking Bad was great. It did 5 seasons. I heard it was good from beginning to
did.
end. They ended correctly, but most shows I think just go on and try to stay on that money train, and they run out of ideas.
What about Home Improvement? That never went bad, dude.
Well, dude, whenever JTT left the show, dude, it was downhill. But that was the very last season when people started quitting the show, the kids, and then they had to write storylines to be like, "Oh, they're off to college,"
And that's what
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that last season wasn't that good,
Well,
but
but
Home
heck,
Improvement
what was
up to that,
11 years? Or
Yeah, it was-
I'm not
how
sure.
long did they GTS it?
yeah.
Yeah.
Google
But
it.
but I'll say this. So Another
you know
show
what
that I
GTS
thought was
stands
really
for?
good.
No.
Google that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, does it?
Okay.
I didn't know that.
That's the other series I was trying to think of about the tent. The tent they where they had the tent over the house and stuff where they were cooking their batches and stuff. I don't know if you saw that, but the series you had mentioned a while ago,
Breaking Bad?
Breaking Bad, yeah.
I
don't
Oh,
know if
they
you-
did do it there, too.
Yeah,
They
did
did
the
use
tent-
that
the
same
tent over
thing.
the house, and they had this that was their facade. For,
Yeah,
for
yeah,
cooking
I forgot about
their
that.
product. Anyway,
So Home
So
Improvement
Home
had 204
Improvement
episodes.
did 8 seasons.
200.
Eight.
Okay, 8.
Did 8 seasons. So like another show that sounds very similar to that. I didn't know that that's the way that one ended. I would say Scrubs. Scrubs was really good, but then they lost Zach Braff. They lost his friend Turk, whatever his name is.
I've
They-
never seen
they-
that show.
Oh, dude, it's
What
great.
what show is this?
Scrubs.
Oh, I've never seen it.
Scrubs. You
Yeah,
never seen it?
I've heard.
Oh
I've heard
man,
of it.
I know what
watch
it
it.
is, but
The
never
first like 5 or 6 seasons are great. After that, it starts to go downhill. But they lose the main characters. I would say the same
Okay.
thing about like The Office. The Michael Scott character. He left.
Steve Carell?
Steve Carell left the last season. They brought in.
Oh, yeah,
Will
what's his-
Ferrell.
Yep.
And it was awful.
really?
No
they ended
way.
up bringing him. They ended up bringing Steve Carell back for like the last episode. But they tried to do a whole season with Will Ferrell.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Same thing
I never
with,
really
like,
watched that show.
I
but
didn't know that either.
Like they
Oh,
did the
it's
same
good- it's a
thing
good
with
show.
like
I bet.
Two
I
and a
like
Half
Parks
Men.
and Rec.
Yeah, when
Two and a
Charlie
Half
Sheen
Men.
got kicked
Charlie
off the
Sheen
show.
left. They
Right.
brought in Ashton
Kutcher.
Kutcher.
I remember
Yeah,
that.
So
and then
those are things where
it
they try to
tanked.
keep them going, and it's like, dude, when a guy decides to leave, just quit
Well-
the show. It's like that '70s show when Topher Grace decided to leave. What'd they do? He moved to Africa and decided to leave you, Donna. What?
When it's the
Stupid.
main character, it screws things up.
Yeah, Two
But
and a Half
think,
Men's
think
prime
about like
example.
Family Matters. After the first couple seasons, they switched out the mom, and now we only know the new mom as the mom.
Oh, see, I
So-
say that same thing about like
So-
Fresh Prince
Yeah,
when
Fresh
they
Prince,
switched out.
They switched out the
Vivian.
Aunt Vivian.
and
a few
ain't that
times.
big a deal.
Hey,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
what happened to now when we're talking about that '70s show, that main character that left,
Topher?
Eric.
Yeah.
Eric? Yeah, what? Who
So-
did they replace him with?
They didn't. They replaced him with some guy that worked at the record shop with like flowy long hair. Because Hyde ended up getting a job at a record shop, and they hired another guy that they tried to replace him with, but it didn't really work. I forget what the kid's name was. It wasn't any good. I tried watching it all, and I'm like, this last season just sucks.
Yeah, I'll go back to the original question, like, and I'm going to use This Is Us as an example. Like,
Do they get worse as they go on?
What happened from seasons 1 through 4? I thought were awesome, and then all of a sudden they release a season
Yeah,
5, and it's
that's-
junk, dude.
That's why I feel like Joe's statement is more. It's too general to say that they suck over time. I think if we look at a trend bar, seasons get good over time,
Yeah.
but then there is a time where they should end
yeah.
and they go beyond their shelf life, and
Yeah.
then it tanks. But then some shows quit at that point. Some keep going.
So
Others try
what
to
I'm
keep it
hearing
alive,
is
yeah.
it's more of they just fall off a cliff.
No, it's more of a point of you need to know when to fold them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And
Oh,
if you
that's 100%
don't,
right.
if you don't, then it's going to end up sucking. To the people who are diehard fans,
Yeah.
there's a reason why they still stay on air because people still watch it. So
Right.
they're like, it's kind of like,
There's a reason
well,
why
if
it gets
people are
canceled, too.
Yeah.
if people are paying money, then we're going to keep showing it. But for a long time show to get canceled, that's a bad look. Like, think about like The Simpsons. If The Simpsons gets canceled tomorrow, then we're going to say, wow, they really did something to screw things up because they have a huge fan base that have watched it forever.
For 30
So
years.
if you get canceled, it's because people aren't watching it at all.
Right.
And you had
Yeah.
to really screw things up.
Right.
See, like I have other examples here. I got a lot of
All
examples.
right, let's hear what else. Let me hear another,
So-
your finest example.
Did you ever watch the show One Tree Hill?
Dude, get off of CW. Give
So
us
One Tree
something
Hill was
good.
really
Like,
good.
One
Well, I'll
Tree
just give you an
Hill?
example. So in this show, it was really good, and then for some reason they decided to skip 4 years. And there's been plenty of shows that have done this, that have skipped 4 years and then tried to continue on because
Yeah.
whatever the storyline, they didn't want to continue it. And I'm like, just create a new show. Don't skip 4 years.
Do a spinoff.
Yeah, just do a spinoff. That makes no sense to me why you would just skip 4 years. I think Desperate Housewives did.
It's funny
did
that you
too.
would get mad about that, though. It's like, I'm mad that you're still calling it One Tree Hill. That's
Well,
what you're mad
no,
about.
no, no. It's because
like,
the show's
I
not
still
any
want to
good.
watch it, but I want it to
No.
be called something different.
No. It became awful. So what I'm feeling like they're doing is they're turning they're ruining the good name of the show by
That's what he's mad
continuing it
about.
4
Tainting
years
it.
later.
It's
Yeah, they're
he's
tainting
tainting
it.
the name.
That trend bar.
Yeah.
man.
You got to know when to fold them.
Yeah.
Like,
know when to fold
and
them.
then the other examples I'll give are Weeds and Lost, where they were really good, and then they just started getting worse and worse over time. They were good for, I would say, 4 seasons.
Yeah.
And then just they started getting more and more unbelievable.
Right.
Like when Weeds started building tunnels under the ground to go to Mexico and traffic cocaine. Come on now.
Well, you
How is that unbelievable? That sounds realistic.
No, dude, you need you need to watch the show. I'm
I
like, this
did.
doesn't make
I
any
watched
sense.
it back in my day, and I thought that Weeds fell off after that story arc. Weeds fell off after the kid killed the lady with the croquet stick. That was like a big shock moment, and
She
then
falls in the
they
pool?
were on the run, and then
Yeah.
it was like, oh, now we have a season where we're in this town, and then we're in this town.
Yeah.
and it was just all over the place.
It started getting worse.
It started getting weird.
I think spin-offs are acceptable. You know, it's like The Walking Dead. I feel like they just run out of content. Yeah, I mean they're on for
You can
years.
only kill so many
You can only
zombies.
kill and run from so many zombies.
Yeah, run from state to state to state.
Yeah,
and
you just run out of content.
different
Turn the
encampment
same thing over and over
to
again.
different
Yeah.
complex to different. It's like okay. Now you had a kid. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Now
mean
this person died, and it's like, dude,
it's intriguing.
the
but
main
for
people you
8
like,
seasons
For how long?
they gotta die eventually.
There is a spinoff
That's
of The
the
Walking
problem.
Dead, and it looks really interesting. It looks pretty interesting.
What
This
is
is this is pre-pandemic, or pre.
Oh,
this
that's
is
a good
when
idea.
This is when it's kind of kicking off. So I mean, I think spinoffs are acceptable. They're okay.
Yeah.
But just to keep something going, just for the sake of the name.
It's a cash grab, dude. That's
Yeah,
what
it's
they
a
try to
Walking
do.
Dead's had a couple spin-offs.
Yeah.
What they do?
They did Fear the Walking Dead that has
Yeah,
3
they did
seasons.
Fear the Walking
and then
Dead,
they have
that's
a
right.
new one now.
Yeah.
that's
Was
a
that
new
an
one.
actual? Was that in the same universe or what?
It
or
was
what
so
it?
much in the same universe that Morgan from The Walking Dead went to that show.
Oh, okay.
Even though
Oh,
that
that's
show
right.
took place in Southern California, and then The Walking Dead has ended up in Virginia. It started out in Georgia and it's up in Virginia. I don't know how, but I'm just always watched Walking Dead, and I
Okay.
hated Morgan, so I'd never go watch
Right.
Fear the Walking Dead if
trying to
Morgan
think
was
who
on.
Morgan
I didn't
is.
like it either. But.
Morgan was the black guy with the staff.
Maybe I didn't watch
Yeah.
that.
Dude,
far
it's
into it.
Walking
came
Dead
in-
is the definition of cringe, dude. Like a definition of.
I mean-
you can't say that the show gets worse and worse because
It's-
every season sucks, but I just keep watching it.
Well, no, I really enjoyed the
dedicated.
first few seasons because and if I've already told this
Everybody
story,
did,
if
dude.
I already
I
told
was-
this
I
story,
did.
I'm sorry,
Pretty
but
hooked on
like
the
when I
first
was
few.
living in Colorado, didn't have any money, our entertainment was going to Barnes and Noble and just reading books. So they had the Walking Dead like graphic novel. So
Right.
we read like the first like three like trade paperbacks. And then they created the show like a couple of years later, so we got
cool.
into it, and so that's why I started watching it. And I liked the story, but then, like I said, it just started getting weird.
Yeah, it's been
So-
the second season, dude.
it's
To
just
say that it was good,
be
it's like
honest.
anybody who said that show was good at the beginning. Season 2, the entire season, they were looking for Carol's daughter, and the
yeah.
whole time she was dead. Like episode
Yeah.
2, she ran off in the woods, and the whole time they're just looking for her. And they're like, and then they end up at that place because Carl gets shot by the hunter.
Oh, yeah.
But that's nothing happens the whole season.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So to think that like, oh, well, it used to be good. No, it always sucked.
Okay.
And it's
All right,
like,
that's
I don't
fair.
know why
No,
I've watched every
but did
season.
it not keep you on the
It
edge of your
sucks.
seat though?
I mean, some of the characters, but to Kevin's point, once the characters I like died, which were very few, most characters I hate. Once the characters I like died, then I'm not on the edge of my seat. I'm on the edge of my seat saying, will this dude die, please?
Okay.
Kill this
so,
guy.
So was it not real bad when the young Asian guy died?
That's the guy that I like.
What's his name?
I can't remember his name either. But that's one
It's
of my
Maggie's
favorites.
boyfriend. Remember he
Yeah.
had a baby with Maggie?
Yeah.
I
Oh,
don't remember.
didn't
That was
know
the
that,
last.
but-
That was the last guy that I liked.
that
besides
happened like 2
Carl.
years ago.
Yeah. No,
Oh
dude.
man. So
Good example. though.
Bogus.
it goes back to the question though: Do TV shows get worse as they go on? It sounds like Larry's like, not really. They usually have cliff drops, but
Yeah, no, I'm into data. I'm into trend bars, and I'm seeing a trend that goes up over time and then dips whenever it needs to fold. Like,
Die.
well, no, I see where it goes. Where like the first 3 or 4 seasons are great, but then it starts going down. So that's what I mean by that, where they hit a peak and then it just slowly gets
Yeah.
worse and worse.
when it comes to CW shows,
I mentioned one CW show.
dude, one's enough. When you mention One Tree Hill,
Like
your
Seventh
point
Heaven.
is void.
Yeah.
You need to watch the show.
Maybe not.
I mean, it's a lot about basketball. So I like
Anyways,
basketball.
Okay.
Anyways, you guys seen Seventh Heaven
Seventh
in a while?
yeah.
It's a hit.
7
man.
seasons.
What's
haven't
the
seen it.
basketball playing chick that's on there or whatever.
Oh,
her name
Jessica
is.
Alba.
Oh, did Jessica
Or
Alba
not Jessica Alba,
play basketball?
was it
It's a Jessica Biel.
Jessica Biel.
Jessica
yeah.
Biel.
Jessica Biel.
And she always had those basketballs.
Isn't she pretty tall in real life?
I know. Come on.
Man.
I know.
Oh,
We're gonna have to get off this
Yeah,
subject here.
careful.
So
Careful.
I'll say yes, I can get behind that.
Yeah.
You can get behind Jessica Biel.
Oh,
Joe's
for
in love
sure.
With Jessica Biel. Yeah,
No,
she,
dude.
For sure, I can get behind Jessica
she's,
Biel.
she's gorgeous, man.
I never really thought she was very pretty at all.
She's too tomboyish.
yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
I don't know,
I never
man.
saw that tomboy.
Not at all.
Side.
You guys are probably also like kids watching Little Giants and liking the fridge.
Hey,
Oh,
I,
I love the Fridge. That was
Hey.
my favorite character, man.
I bet both of y'all went and
Yeah.
saw that movie with her and Jamie Foxx about the fighter pilot thing.
Oh, for sure.
What's
Yeah.
that? What was that
Which
one?
What was it? Jamie Foxx?
I think it was.
And that Filer pilot?
Stealth?
Yeah,
Stealth.
Oh, I never
Stealth,
watched
yeah.
that one.
Never even heard of it.
I never watched it. I worked at the movie theater.
That's
when
where.
that
That's
movie
where
came
I.
out.
That's
So
where
that's why
I
I know
fell
about
in
it.
love with Jessica Biel. Was that movie?
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's where I fell in love with Jessica.
Is that where it is?
That's where the infatuation
Stealth,
started.
2005. Dang.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it
Was it the
2005,
beach
dude.
scene?
That's when I worked at the movies.
Yeah.
did have Jamie
Was it
Foxx
the
in it, man.
beach
You were right
scene?
there, bro.
Okay. 100%.
100%.
100%.
100%.
It was on the R&R.
Man,
Rest and relaxation.
Man.
No, I think she's talented, fellas. I
Oh,
really
but
do.
you're all still.
I think she's talented. That's to put it.
I love her.
Got a great mind.
Yo,
Got a
holler,
great mind.
Holler at your boy. Nah, I'm
Oh,
with you, Joe.
man.
So
Good.
Yeah, I'm with
I'm
you.
glad somebody else is with
with
me.
you.
All right.
All right.
Anyway, so personally, I can say, yeah, I can get behind that statement. TV shows at a certain point do start getting worse and worse and just go on and just. I wouldn't say it's a cliffhanger. I would say after like the 4th season, most shows just start getting worse.
Yeah, it's like a slow letdown.
Yep. And so most people will watch the 5th season because they still like the show and they'll go, you know what? Maybe they'll redeem themselves in the 6th.
and
And then the
never
7th
does.
is where they don't redeem themselves and then they finally get canceled in the 8th.
Look, this is. Can you imagine this making you fall in love with somebody?
Let's see.
That was Brian.
Yeah, that was me. That was
Brian.
the scene, bro.
Is that it right there?
That was it. All right. Oh, have you the A team?
Oh,
She
bro.
when she plays in the A team. Look it up.
Is she
Look
in
it
the
up.
18th?
Look it
I
up.
don't know.
Yeah, the new one, the remake.
I don't see it on here though.
Yeah, the A team.
Oh, she is
Got
in the
Liam
18th.
Nelson in it.
Yeah,
Liam
that's
Neeson.
a good one.
No, it has
Yeah.
Rampage Jackson plays
Yes,
Mr. T.
Yep, that equally.
I think also Cooper, right?
Yeah,
I never
Bradley.
saw
Yeah,
it.
Bradley
but
Cooper.
Yeah, I saw it in theaters. It was one of those mindless.
Oh, it was good. I
It
thought
was
Yeah.
it was a mindless action film.
Yeah.
A lot of explosions.
I wouldn't exactly. I
I'm
wouldn't
not
say
correct.
mindless, but I thought
Yeah,
it had,
no,
I
it-
thought
no,
it
it
had
was
a
mindless.
storyline.
I
it
see
had-
why it's very
yeah,
similar.
yeah,
It had
look at that.
Jessica Biel's
Yeah.
mind in it, so it was
Yeah.
not mindless.
Exactly. I'm rooting for you, Jessica.
It's so funny because she looks very similar to that
Yeah.
stealth movie.
That's
in
what
this
made me
movie.
think of it. I was like, oh, look up the A team.
That's funny.
Anyway, yeah.
So, can you get behind
Yeah.
TV shows get worse as they go on?
We can get behind that.
Yes, I
Yes.
can. You guys?
Oh, I've already expressed mine. I think it's just too. It's too broad of a statement.
Larry's is anticlimactic. They never.
I
were
feel like
good.
it gets better as it goes, but
don't
yes,
know.
it does. It does get bad at the end, but
Okay.
in general, it gets better as
It's
it goes.
very rare that a TV show ends good.
And in all
You're right.
Can you agree
50%
with
of
that?
the time.
I can't. I can't answer honestly to any of these questions because I don't think I've ever watched any series or anything like that all the way to the end.
It's time to change.
I'm not a
your
big
life, bro.
TV watcher.
It's time.
Anything from beginning to end. You've never done that.
What about Home Improvement? Did you watch that? From
All
beginning?
11
Oh, dude.
seasons.
I love every now and then when I'm at work, I will literally pull up Home Improvement on YouTube and listen to it because it brings me back to being a kid.
Dude, okay.
And I'm like working and I'm just like hearing it and it just gives me these good feels.
If you like
You
Home
know what I mean?
Improvement,
I love it.
if you like that show, you need to check out his new show, Last Man Standing.
I'm not into sitcoms anymore. I just like that I was once into a
Last
sitcom
Man
when I was a
Standing,
kid.
from what
I'm
you
not-
described,
Dude,
sounds awesome.
Last Man Standing is
Yeah.
great. It's got his same kind of comedy, but he
Yeah.
always brings Christ into it.
Yeah, it's got a Christian
And then he likes making fun of liberals.
undertone. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wait, you might actually have me.
Yeah,
here.
I figured once he starts describing it,
Dude,
it
I'm
sounds
telling you.
pretty good.
So
So
wait, so what?
and it's
How
Tim
do they
Allen.
bring? So he's like a Christian in the show.
Yeah, so basically what it is, he is the co-owner of a department store. It's kind of like a Bass Pro Shop. Okay.
Okay.
He has a family and he's a Christian, and his daughter is married to a guy that is a super liberal, and they always just butt heads, and he makes fun of him all the time. But then he brings
Oh, it's like a
God,
nightmare of mine.
But then he brings like
My
God into
having
certain
3
things.
daughters.
Oh,
That's it.
Yeah.
He only has 3 daughters. It's just like you.
I'm going to check it out actually. Now
He has
you
3
say
He's
it.
daughters.
like, now that you say all this,
Yeah.
I'm like, and they bring
But they-
God into it certain
yeah.
times. Like his son gets or his grandson gets scared about something, so he ends up telling him that God's gonna protect him. And then you see the dad or the liberal dad go, "Why are you bringing God into it?" And I mean, it's a good kind of mix.
I thought you were going to be like, he's scared of something. He's like, boy, you ain't got nothing scared of. You need to fear the Lord.
Suck it up, boy.
Fear something real, boy.
I mean-
the Lord. Not none of this.
He gets kind of scared because he finds out what death is, and then he finds out what
Yeah.
heaven is.
I'm
So
actually-
I mean, it's actually
and
a pretty
all
good show.
jokes aside, I'm probably going to check it out.
No, I really
might as
enjoy
well.
it.
Let me
Yeah.
know what your thoughts are.
I really enjoy it.
What,
but
what
one of
platforms is it on?
so it started out on ABC. I think it's on Fox now.
Wait,
Yeah.
because like, can you look it up like Hulu?
Yeah. I was watching it on Hulu.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
Yeah, because it was on ABC. It got canceled, and then Fox brought it back because all the fans were like, "Hey, dude, we want this show back."
Yeah.
I'm going to check it out,
The
dude.
fans brought it back, and then the
I got
first
Hulu.
episode of the new when they came on Fox, all they did was make fun of how they're on a new
I can imagine.
platform or new.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Part
so
of that.
it's fun if you like Tim Allen's kind of comedy, then you'll enjoy it.
Yep.
So
Check it out, dude.
it's one of
Have
the
you
better.
seen it?
It's one of the better
He's
sitcoms
described it to me
that's
several
on.
times. It sounds good.
He's like, you better watch
you
it. And you better tell
Let
me
know.
how it is.
No, I just think it's
It's
funny.
not the first time I've heard this.
Yeah.
Watch it.
I've heard this story
I-
several times.
I just think it's a funny show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a classic Joe, though.
Yeah.
To be like, oh, I've heard Joe's point on this one.
Yeah, I was thinking about you, Joe, before
Good or
I
bad?
came over. No, it was good. It was good.
He's like,
It was
before we
good.
continue, I need
Yeah.
to know, or we're going to go to the next topic.
Oh, it's
And I was
bad.
like-
Okay, so are you ready for a new game?
Ready
And I was
for
like,
what do you got?
I bet when Joe was like planning everything out, he's just like, okay, I have everything set up over here, and when we start,
We screwed
we'll start
everything
in
up.
conversation first, and then there'll be exactly 2 beers to try, and then during those 2 beers, I'm gonna have a series of questions, and when I feel those questions have been answered, I'll move on. And blah blah blah, like
Yeah,
like
pretty
you
much.
you
That's how you
structured
that's
it.
how you produce
Well,
a
it's
podcast.
That's how you
really
structured
It's
it.
really
It was
once
cool.
the conversation starts to get to like an ending point, because I mean I can kind of feel the vibe, and when
Switch.
it's like, hey, we're starting to run out of stuff to say. So
Yeah.
hey, you guys want to play a new game?
Yeah, right. Anyway, so
No, I
anyways,
thought
you
it
guys
was
want
cool. I think it's
Yeah.
cool, man. I enjoy coming on the
So
podcast.
anyway,
I
you
think-
guys want to
So
try
I
this
just
beer?
finished this one. So
yeah.
Oh, Dreamsicle.
Oh,
I'm not
boom.
mad at that.
it's that Dreamsicle. Now, I will tell you the name will deceive
Deceiving?
you.
Oh, I was
What?
hoping it would taste like a creamy orange popsicle.
But hey, we got to go back real quick because you
All
know
right.
what we didn't do.
Another one out of Houston.
oh, we
You
didn't
know what we
I was
didn't
about
do?
to say,
Oh,
another,
yeah.
another one.
We got to
Yeah.
go back to this sitting sideways,
All right,
this
let's
side
rate
haze.
this.
We got to rate this beer because you know what we didn't do. We didn't rate it.
All right.
So scale of
Let's
1
do
to
it.
5. I mean, I'm gonna give this one a solid. I think this one knocked my socks off. It's a solid 4.
This one knocked your socks.
Dude, I really like that tropical flavor on the back end, bro. It was really drinkable. It didn't really
getting
bite
any
too
of that.
hard, so it just means I can drink more of these. If they bite too hard, I like the flavor, but I just can't drink a lot of them. This one right here, I can feel like I
right.
could drink a lot of them.
Whenever I'm rating a beer, I don't consider like how many can I drink of these. I just say, is it good or not? and on
with
that,
you
I'm
on
just
that
going
one.
to solidly
What
throw
does it turn into?
I'm gonna throw
How
down-
many of these did I drink?
What are you throwing down?
I'm just going to throw down a 2 and move on with my life because
A
I
two?
didn't.
Was it
you.
not that good?
It was all right. It wasn't
Yeah,
bad, but
it's-
it was just.
It wasn't the
It
best
definitely didn't.
IPA I've had.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't
You
think.
know-
Is it an IPA?
New,
it was.
New England style.
It's
See, I
got
didn't
New
even
England
know what kind of
style.
beer it was.
Yeah, I mean,
Is that your
okay.
first IPA,
I
boy?
know, right?
I'm gonna. I was tracking with Larry. I look at the alcohol by volume. That we're sitting at a 6.7, so I've got to get him a little more, and it's 55 IBU. But
That
I
has to
wasn't
do with the
catching.
colors. So the colors. And
Okay,
the,
I wasn't catching.
The
any,
IBU's
no,
the
it's
bitter
the
units.
bitter
That-
units.
that's
I
the bitter
always
unit,
get that
yeah.
wrong every time.
but I wasn't catching any of the citrus.
Who knows what that stands for?
And this is what by far. Who knows what's
International.
International bitter
Yeah,
unit.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I just abbreviated.
I'm
Citron.
going-
So, no,
okay,
but no.
Sorry.
So you're. Oh no, go ahead. Go ahead. You don't have a refined palate. That's okay.
I'm laying down a 2.5.
2.5?
on this one, 2.5. Yeah.
What about you there, Kev?
Oh man. So man, I'm glad to be on the show again.
Yo.
Welcome back.
Yeah, thank
welcome
you.
back, bro.
It's like first,
in a row.
first and
I
foremost,
appreciate
I gotta say something.
So
Oh, what?
as our fan base might have heard from last podcast, I am a devout follower of IPAs.
Uh-huh.
IPA connoisseur.
Connoisseur, what?
We can just go ahead and
Dude.
get that out of the way. Now, saying that, let me tell you, my friend, I'm on board. I am totally on board with Joe.
You're on board with Joe on this one, bro?
All right, man. Come on, brother.
This next one's already losing points in my mind. I can't.
Can you not open it?
You can't even get this damn thing open.
So Boomer over here, he
This
is
losing
can't even
points
open the
fast.
beer.
It's treading downhill quick, bro.
Go ahead and drink that one.
Is this
He's
one
in a bad
not even
state.
poured yet?
No, I hadn't done anything
All
with
right.
it.
he's
Thank
in a
you.
bad state.
All right, go ahead, Kevin. Sorry, not to interrupt.
No,
but-
Dang,
I'm gonna go
Brian
ahead.
learned
How
how
did
to
you-
open a beer?
How the hell did you open that?
What
I
happened?
mean, I'm a man. I know how to open a beer.
Whatever, dude.
What happened?
I'm
He
not-
had to
I'm
hand
not
me this
gonna-
beer because he couldn't open it.
I'm not gonna break a fingernail trying to open a beer, dude. All right.
Dude,
go
he
Oh,
ahead.
he's afraid
Go
to
ahead.
break a fingernail.
he just got those nails done, bro.
Yeah, you see this?
You're talking
Yeah.
about a man that doesn't care if he sleeps on the ground out in a tent.
That's
all right.
damn right.
Yeah.
Damn right.
Wait a minute.
I wasn't the one outside though. I was inside the tent.
Right.
Wait, what are we talking about right now?
don't
What are
know.
you
Go
talking
ahead.
about?
Yeah,
Go
he's
ahead.
he's beast mode. He can handle anything.
come on.
Don't be.
Come on.
I don't think you've ever been camping with him.
No,
think
I
you
You ever
haven't.
been camping with me?
But there's like
You're going
a
along with
funny
it.
thing of like he doesn't he's not a big fan of like camping.
No, he
outside
won't.
or anything. And so that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Like,
okay,
I
I
draw
got
the
he
line.
can open his own beer
I
if
draw
he
the line.
chooses.
Thank you, Kevin.
If and only he chooses. I'm gonna go ahead and give that a 4.5. Again, I mean, it was a strong 4.5 because let me
Oh
tell you
my
something.
gosh, who's going to be the mathematician here?
It's very
Not
its
me.
drinkability scale is, I mean, it's out of the roof. I mean, it's there. You could sit there and get about 3 of them in before you realize what you're doing. So it's a good beer, and I believe that it honestly has a slight fruity taste to it, like Joe was
telling
saying,
you.
and
I'm not catching
and
it,
it
dude.
just rings the dinner bell nice, and I like it.
All right, so Kevin gives it a 4.5. I give it a 4. You gave it a
2.5.
2.5 and a 2. Let's meet at 3.25.
Sounds about right.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
We got the whole scale here.
Yeah, and this one, I'm a little deceived on this one as
So
well.
this one is a
Is
blonde.
this a Mars? Okay.
This is the blonde.
It's a blonde. Okay.
Yep. Coming in at 5.9% APV. To be honest with you, I'm not a huge fan of a blonde. But when I
Yeah.
read this, I said Dreamsicle. Ooh, I like a Dreamsicle.
Yeah.
It's not what I tasted. But this is actually a pretty decent beer.
Another one out of
It's
Houston.
good. It's the
other one,
drinkability factor.
the other one
is high.
wasn't out of Houston, actually.
Oh, that's right, Katie. Yeah.
Where is Katie?
Down by Houston.
It's down by Houston.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Out of
yeah,
Houston, then we
close
got.
enough.
It's in that area.
Okay, you're right. We're
I don't know, man,
Houston rocking.
it's-
And look, they both got Houston sitting sideways. Look
Oh,
at
they
them
do,
spokes.
Yeah, okay.
He's got them
Oh, okay,
spoke
I'm
rims.
digging this
Oh,
one.
dang, them
I'm
15s.
digging this one, yeah. With the ice
the
cream,
ice cream
truck. What?
Hey, man, you know who that is right there?
That's Paul Wall.
No, you know,
Who
nah.
was that? Who's slinging ice cream out the
Nah,
truck?
this looks like Big Worm.
Oh, yeah, Big Worm, dude. Friday.
Friday, Big
Hey.
Worm.
Come on. Y'all know, man, I know
don't know
you've
Big
seen
Worm?
Friday. You don't know Big Worm?
Big
Oh, I know Big
Oh,
Worm.
dude.
Are you
Big
talking about
Worm,
Big Perm?
Big,
Bro,
big
Oh,
I-
no.
I-
Oh, don't say Big Perm.
No,
No,
man.
he's rolling on these 15s.
No, but they clean, though.
Hey,
they
you got
clean,
they
though.
clean. No, I ain't even lying. They
Hey.
clean. Hey.
Hey.
No, but for real though, when you have a good lowrider, you don't have to have big rims.
You don't have to.
You do like 15s.
You got to keep them clean, though.
Real 15s, and you do like you
Tell
do
us,
like
Joe.
the white wall
Tell us.
tires.
Yeah. Ooh, out
We
there
talking about
with
those
two bucks.
15s?
Man,
spokes.
The 15 with
yeah,
the
them
spokes.
15
If you
spokes
get the
on them lowriders, bro.
dude, well, first of all, spokes only happens in 15s. You don't
That's
get
it.
that
You
any
don't- you don't
bigger.
get any bigger.
Nah.
No, I've seen them bigger. I've seen them bigger.
Man, you
Rolling
get them
down.
22.
maybe
20
Them
17
spokes. Yeah.
You ain't doing it right.
Bye, Felicia.
You better get them spinners. You getting 22s.
Ooh, dang.
Oh.
Okay.
Riding spinners.
I don't know.
A
why,
riding
but
spinners.
Is it
They
odd
don't
that I'd
stop.
catch the smell of a Marzen
Oh man, this
or
beer's
something like this?
pretty
Or is
tasty.
this,
I think it's pretty good. So while y'all are sipping, I'm gonna read over y'all some Paul,
that's a good
Paul
beer.
Wall lyrics.
That's a very
yeah,
good
that's
beer.
surprisingly good.
That's better beer than the beer I just drank.
Mm-hmm.
And you gave the other one a 4.5.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You
Because it was an IPA.
you
I'm
came
sorry.
in hot, dude. You came in hot.
I know.
Sorry.
Now
I'm
you're
gonna
gonna-
have to be
now you're gonna be
excited.
careful.
You're gonna say this is the perfect beer now.
Yeah. All
Man,
right.
that's
What do you got for
All
us,
right,
Blair?
so
It's good.
That's odd.
these lyrics right here are gonna encompass what Houston is all about. And
All
really,
right.
when you look at the two cans, okay,
Yeah.
And then
Side
think
by
about
side.
this.
Both on spokes.
Okay, it's the people's champ. I'm something like a baller. The candy paint dripping off that old school Impala.
Man.
You got a
it, bro.
couple of old school hitters right there.
Yeah, look how the wheels match the ice cream.
Yep.
bar.
Trunk bump like chicken pox. Turn the bass up just a notch.
Oh, that's Houston for
Yep.
sure.
You
That's
see
Houston
them
lyrics.
blades chopping?
I see them.
Oh, look at the cans. You see them.
That's the low
You
pro.
see that trunk popping.
Mm-hmm. That's from the 15 knocking.
Okay.
That's
Bro,
From, that's from, yeah.
the more I look at this can right here, this Sittin Sidehaze,
Mm-hmm.
bro, I'm telling you right here on the front, bro, I see them hydraulics underneath.
They're right there. Yeah.
It's Houston, bro.
I didn't even
Yeah.
notice until just now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, because they floated the car, the design is awful.
Yeah.
I'm mad about the design.
Yeah,
they
it's-
floated it. The perspective is off. It's floating, and look, you should be able to see that back tire back there. And then also, the boxes shouldn't sit that angle. The dog shouldn't sit that
Yeah,
angle.
Larry's mad about this.
Oh,
design,
dude, I'm
bro.
all about it.
Yeah.
Now look at
But
this.
I feel like, are they
that
high?
ice cream hitter?
Yeah, the ice
Boom.
cream is perfect.
It's got that perspective from up close, zoomed in the front.
Yeah.
Hey,
Dreamsicle.
Exactly.
You guys want to know why it looks like this?
Why?
because it's wrapped
Are
around
they
the can.
high
They
in the
botched
clouds?
it.
No, it was probably
They
their
botched it.
cousin's friend who said, I can draw something for you for free.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. It was their cousin who's like, yeah, I know someone who
I
can do it
got
for
you,
$10.
bro.
I know a guy that knows a guy
I know, yeah,
that I bought weed from one time.
exactly.
I saw
Yeah.
some of his artwork he did on his sister's leg with the tattoo gun.
Oh
it looked
yeah,
pretty
They're
good.
like,
Yeah.
oh dude, my friend does really good homemade tats. He could hook you up.
Hey man, dude, I've seen tattoos done with the ink blown out of a big pen into a styrofoam cup and a bunch of needles wrapped around the tube of the.
Oh, dude, I
got one
the
on my
big-
leg.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I got a few of those.
I got a
dude.
few of those,
bro.
I think I gotten 3 or
Blown
4
out.
homemade tattoos in my life.
Yeah, I
Oh,
got
yeah.
one.
really?
And they're
Any
the
good?
worst. No, of
No,
course
they're
they're
the
not good.
worst, but
One of them,
what
one
are
of them,
they?
I got covered up.
Oh, what cover-ups?
Dude, I got it covered up with a real tattoo, but
With a real one.
but I'm trying to
You gotta
think
go
of.
deep
I
on
think
it.
I got 3 different homemade tattoos
Yeah, I got one in the garage, dude.
that were made with like a
Yeah.
pin.
Yeah.
Like you use like a power supply from. You get a little power supply.
VCR.
You get a little motor. You bend a spoon. You tape it to a
Yep.
pin.
The
and
motor
then you use
from a VCR
guitar string.
that,
See,
that
I
I was
winds
gonna
up
say
a
I've
VCR
heard
motor.
of a guitar string.
Yeah, guitar string is the needle. It
Yeah.
runs into the
Yep.
the pin, and they use
Yeah.
an eraser to offset it so that it goes up and down. Yeah, dude. I mean, because I got my first tattoo when I was 15,
Oh, cool.
homemade tattoo. But then what's sad is I got a homemade tattoo when I was probably like 20, and I'm like, what was I still doing?
What are you doing?
I already
with
had
your life,
I had like
bro?
an actual
And
tattoo at that time.
that first tattoo is in state prison, by the way.
No, it wasn't. Never in prison.
I mean, I've only been to professional shops
No,
to
they have
get
some of the
tattoos
best
done.
artwork in prison, bro.
No, they don't.
No, so I am surprised
he got
about
that
some of the
3 bags
artwork
of
that
ramen.
does come out of prison.
Oh,
though.
I've
It's
seen,
better
like,
than what
yeah,
you would
I've-
think.
I've seen
No,
some
it's not good, dude.
I've seen
The
some good
style of
artwork,
it is
dude.
just awful. It's good that they can do it with a single needle, as
Yeah.
opposed to a professional tattoo that has like
that has
many,
like
multiple
5 or 6 needles. Yeah.
Yeah, it's impressive that they can do it, but it's never good.
No, I think it just impresses me because it's like they have to hide it. They gotta and they have to use
It's
whatever materials they can
contraband.
find.
it's impressive because they
and
hit
you
it in the
didn't
butt.
die because it's been up somebody's rectum.
That's
And
what I'm
so-
saying. I'm impressed. Someone had that in the
Yo.
butt. So
No, but I was thinking it all. But
That takes some
okay.
strategy right there.
I was thinking like
No,
raiding
dude,
the kitchen
I've
and like
actually-
making something.
I've seen some good artwork coming out of a penitentiary, man. I've seen it, dude. I've seen it.
dude.
where
like-
it doesn't look bad.
I mean, it didn't look bad. I was
in
like,
general,
dang.
it's
And
got
I
might have
was-
a aesthetic pleasing. Look
Yeah, it had a
from
little
distance,
from a
but
distance, but I didn't get close enough.
You don't
I mean,
you don't
you
want to
went
know
up
what
the
that
road-
tattoo
elbows,
cost
rubbing
that
elbows.
dude either.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
he paid
anyway.
for it.
It was his pancakes for like a month.
Yeah.
So
So
And by pancakes he means,
Cupcake, bro. Cupcake.
and by cupcakes he means.
Yeah.
so getting back to this beer
yeah,
here.
Yeah, go ahead. So sitting sideways on the
So
Dreamsicle.
what do you guys think about it?
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Good beer.
Surprisingly good.
You guys are surprised.
Very
caught off-
refreshing.
yeah.
So when I
Very
read this
refreshing beer.
this description, part of it makes sense. Part of it I just don't taste. So it says a blonde ale deepened with bright orange and sumptuous vanilla.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Orange
catching
and
vanilla.
vanilla completely or complete each other, perfectly resulting in a light-bodied, refreshing heat or treat to beat the Texas heat. I don't get the vanilla. Am I crazy?
That's
can
that
taste
cream
it.
taste. That's
Yeah,
what makes it
that's
give
the
that cream
cream.
feel. The pops. That's what gives
That's
it the actual
unusual.
creamsicle taste.
Yeah, that's unusual. I mean, it's surprisingly good.
Joe, how are you
don't know.
gonna bomb this taste test and like excel at the first one?
We gotta
Maybe
give
it's
him
the
some-
hops. Like
we
the
gotta give him
hops,
some
I
grace
can.
on
So
it.
like for real,
Dude, that when Joe started hitting it off on that first one, he literally was like verbatim reading it off of the website.
no, I was no. So
Now
y'all
he's
giving
reading
me
off
crap.
the can, bro.
No, but y'all
It's
give
a
me
little
crap.
suspicious.
But I only know two in particular hops that give like a tropical flavor, and that's the Azeka and I said it earlier, the Mosaic hops.
I was about to say it started with an M.
Yeah,
Here's
the
the thing.
Mosaic.
It's like you know hops, but you don't know cream flavors or
You're right,
vanilla.
I
He doesn't
don't.
know the basic
I
flavor
couldn't.
like
I couldn't
vanilla.
taste vanilla in this
You're
one.
a
I could taste a
horrible
little bit of
person.
orange. The vanilla isn't.
Horrible
Maybe it's just not as
person,
strong.
Joe.
Horrible person.
How are you gonna bring me on dudes and brews?
And not even know vanilla.
So like so like
we're
I will
progressing.
say
We're progressing.
when I and maybe it's more pronounced when I drink like a stout. The vanilla comes through a little bit more. Maybe it's a little bit heavier and more forward.
Yeah.
This one maybe it's so subtle that I just don't. I mean, it's getting a little lost for me. I still like the beer, and it is definitely refreshing. And I do think this would be great
Oh, yeah.
on a hot summer day.
I think the vanilla
Very
in your
refreshing.
face on this one. The vanilla's like just Jackie Channing me in the jaw right now.
Yeah, me too.
I kind of
Yeah.
feel that same way.
Yeah.
So listen.
maybe I just don't know how to taste vanilla.
You know a shock top, right?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So imagine a shock top. So when you think about this
Yeah.
beer, you're like, what makes this taste different
That's
than a
the
shock
offset.
top? And it's the vanilla.
It is.
Because otherwise it would just taste orange like
it's
a
just
shock
an
top.
orange, yeah.
But it's like something's making it not taste like a shock top.
I don't like
That-
that beer.
that's
though,
true.
By the way,
And
What's up?
that the one with the mohawk, the shock top.
Yeah, the
thing.
shock top.
Yeah.
I don't like
Not
that
a fan?
beer. Not a big fan of that one.
I haven't drinking it in so long. I don't remember when I got
it's
started
good.
on craft beer. I started with like Hefeweizens.
Yeah.
And Shock Top was around that same kind of lighter feel.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
drink a lot of those kinds of beers.
I think, and I know it would go against their label, but I think to a little less of the vanilla and more of the orange on a blonde would be amazing.
You're saying more Shocktober.
More Shocktober, yeah, more Shocktober on a
Like
blonde
Shock
though.
Top.
Yeah,
I think he's talking about that fine median.
that
Like,
fine medium.
that.
Yeah,
I know when I think orange, I,
don't
think
know.
of like, and I mean, obviously this is a blonde, so it's not as
It's-
dark. But I think like a wheat beer, like a Blue Moon.
right.
Blue Moon has a really good citrus flavor to it.
It is surprisingly good though. I'm not disappointed
No, it's good.
at all. Not disappointed.
About once a year, I'm a super big fan of getting one of those, like, what are they, like 24 ounce, the big, tall, angled glasses, you
Yeah.
know, Blue Moons with
Gotta get the orange peel.
and I'll ask,
Yeah.
no,
Oh,
no,
for sure.
absolutely
For
not,
sure.
What?
dude.
You won't do
No
that?
orange?
No, I'll tell them, and I'll ask them to literally cut an orange in half. And then just bring me the orange, and I'll just squeeze
the whole
that
damn
whole
thing in
thing
there.
in there, and then throw the peel.
Dude,
in
it's so
with
much
it.
better. I'm
Yeah.
telling you.
Dude, I don't do orange slices when I go Blue Moon. I'll get a half
go
of
half
an
of an
orange,
orange.
and I just
Okay.
You asked for
crush
a,
that
a
thing.
half of an
I
entire
usually go
orange.
the
Yep,
slice.
yeah. I'll
That's
ask
a
them.
safe
I'll say,
route.
"Can I have a half an orange?" They'll be like, "Yeah, that's fine."
They just cut the orange in half and bring you a half of orange.
They cut the orange in half. You and
That
you know,
seems messy. I'm sorry.
No, it does.
No, they'll leave.
takes
You know,
up a lot of your
good.
beer.
You know, in those big, huge glasses I'm talking about, they'll
Yeah.
leave about an inch of room at the top. You know, and it's still 22 ounces.
It's
or
taken
whatever.
away from the beer volume, bro.
Maybe I'm getting too extra because I think about like when I think about when I do like lemons, if I squeeze a lemon. If I'm squeezing a lemon, I put my hand underneath the lemon because I want to catch the seeds. I don't want the seeds to fall into.
Yeah,
whatever I'm
that's
making.
extra, dude.
And I'm thinking about the
No.
same thing. I don't want all
Stop.
the seeds get into my
Oh
beer.
no, dude! I will crush that
Larry,
whole
dude.
thing. I'll use,
Stop, dude.
and I have like, dude, I'm serious. Like, I got some strength in my hands,
Yeah.
dude. but I'll use 2 of them, and I'll just like
I just imagine
squeeze all the
he
pulp
whips
out
one
of
of
it.
those like little
Out of his pocket.
one of those little things, one of those little juicers.
He
out of
comes
his
prepared.
pocket.
He's like, you know what? I'm gonna have
I brought my own juicer.
Blue Moon today. I'm bringing my own juice.
Bring my juicer with
Yeah.
me to the bar.
No, I recently had a tall, what'd you say, 24-ounce Blue Moon.
Yeah, it's
something like that.
With the sliver of orange peel. Oh,
Dude, it's
man,
good.
So good.
When they do it the right way, though,
Yeah.
they don't just cut it like a lemon into like a wedge. They cut it flat,
Yeah,
where
it's
it takes
flat.
up like the rim of the
Yeah,
glass.
Yeah.
And to me, that's enough. Too much
That's enough.
citrus gives me heartburn, and I don't know if it's
Very
just
No,
much.
like,
dude,
Me
it's
too.
the wheat.
Me too.
yeah, the wheat makes me like it's
Yeah,
too much.
it is the
I
wheat
can't
for
have
you.
too much wheat
Yeah.
beer because it makes my ears hot and my face
Yeah.
turn red. But any kind of like citrus, like lemon, lime, orange,
So
too much
heartburn.
of it, heartburn, and then I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I regret that.
It's almost like is there too much
Me
of
too.
anything?
Me
Yeah.
too on the
Citrus.
heartburn with the citrus. Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh, okay.
We got into
And-
those
and you're an
seltzer
IPA
drinks
guy.
and stuff
I guess
like
I'm not-
that. And
I haven't turned 30, so I don't have
every
heartburn
time.
yet.
Okay, I see what you did there.
No, I'm just saying.
I
I've
see
heard
what
when
you
you
did
turn
there.
30, that's when you start getting heartburn.
Oh, it's coming.
or when you get
Yeah.
pregnant. So
Yeah.
just
Well,
saying.
I haven't done either one, so
Like
we're
a
good.
freight train, dude. It's not stopping. It's coming for you.
Like
Yeah.
a freight train.
Yeah, I got hit with some heartburn this weekend.
Yep.
So,
Man,
yeah, that
really?
was a
Were you
no.
refrigeration
wheat
killer.
beer?
Hey, the struggle is real, dude.
Yeah.
All right,
Heartburn's
so
a serious deal.
you want to go ahead?
What?
You guys want to get into another game?
Let's
You guys
do
wanna
it,
play- so
man.
we're
I
gonna
got a
play,
full beer.
We're gonna play start, bench, cut.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
All right.
All right. So we're gonna go back to our childhood. Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna play some games. Okay.
I've been there, dude. Home Improvement. I've been
Yeah,
there.
we've been there the whole
All right, guys.
day.
episode. The whole
I got
episode.
I got some video games here for you. Okay.
Man, all right.
We got Guitar Hero.
Childhood. That's my adulthood.
Yeah, that's adult
I didn't
life.
play that. till
Yeah,
I was
that
like
was yesterday
I was
for Larry.
21 the first time I played that
Yeah.
game.
I
The
mean,
original
I played
one.
it. I remember we had a huge tournament when I was working at Best Buy for Guitar Hero 3. I think I had Slash on the front of it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I remember those guys playing. I think the song was like "In the Fire and the Flames" by Dragon Force.
Yeah, yeah. That was one of the
Man,
last songs on the game.
You
yeah.
see their hands; it don't make any sense how and they're killing it
I don't
on
know how
expert.
they did that.
I don't get it.
I have no idea.
Anyway, so Guitar Hero,
Okay.
The Sims,
That's old.
and Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Oh,
Okay, all right.
All right.
So
Yeah.
start, bench, cut. So in case you're not familiar with the game here, Kev.
I am.
way it
and
works
I know
is-
what start
You
bench
act like
cut
he doesn't
means.
know about
Oh.
these games.
All right. Well, I mean, he hadn't played this one before.
I've never played this before, but I know what start bench cut means.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
oh, okay. I thought you meant the actual video games. Like
And
I thought you were
I
gonna be
know-
like,
no, just the
I
game
know,
start,
uh,
bench, cut.
I know. Okay, so am I first? I'm
Yep,
going
go
first.
ahead.
Okay, so
All right,
I
you're
think
up.
I should go first because
you should, because you got the best beard.
okay,
You have every right.
Yeah, you deserve
You
it.
own this.
I'm gonna go with that. So, Tony Hawk Pro Skater, Guitar Hero. I don't care what version it is, and
The Sims.
The
Yeah, The
Sims.
Sims. So I'm not. Just so our viewers have some little because, and I want the viewers to know something right now
Tell 'em.
because it may
Hit 'em
seem
with
like
it.
I
Hit 'em
don't, I
with
don't
it, dude.
speak a whole bunch,
Hit 'em.
during some aspects of the show.
Yeah. What's your reason on the start
We
bench?
need to know.
We need to know.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I am not super avid into or have been into music stuff or video games or pop culture or stuff like that.
So not to sound like an ass, but I mean, it's craft
So-
beer meets pop culture.
Yeah, and
Right.
so I
how
have
to craft
bro
beer.
science.
what these guys don't understand is I bring a whole new level
Yeah.
and a
A
whole
different
new
perspective.
understanding to the show.
Okay.
It's because I got to keep all these fools in check. Sometimes they'll get so wrapped up in all these things. But anywho,
Yep.
obviously,
It happens.
I need to know a little bit more about pop culture
Okay.
and all this sort
We'll
of
get
stuff.
you. We'll get you there.
And so, hey, I know all these 3 video games. I was not
Yes.
sheltered as a child. And so,
I thought that's where the segue was going.
start, bench, cut, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So, back burner, or throw them on the fire, back burner, or put them in the trash. So let's go like this.
Okay.
We're gonna go Tony Hawk Pro Skater start.
Boom.
Okay.
Boom.
Done.
Okay.
Sims
He's up
back
there.
burner.
Sims
You're
is
gonna
back
bench
burner.
the
Bench Guitar
bench
Hero.
Sim. Oh, you're gonna bench Sims and cut, or you're gonna cut the Sims and bench. Okay.
No,
Okay.
I'm benching Sims, cutting Guitar Hero.
Oh, okay. Benching
Okay.
Sims, cut Guitar Hero.
All
I
right.
got you.
So let me hit you with this, Joe. You ready?
Uh-oh.
Go ahead there, Boomer.
Second best
Uh-oh.
beard. second best beard on,
yes.
on the
True,
show.
true. He does have the second
Thank
to
you.
runner up.
Appreciate
It's
the
the
co-sign.
Because
Self-proclaimed.
nobody else has a beard.
No, it's
Nobody. Yeah, he's bringing you back down, dude.
it's more of the only other guy that can grow a beard.
Yeah, I know, right?
Don't take me down,
Like,
fam. Yeah,
if I could grow one, it'd be better than his.
Boomer's got to own it. Boomer's got to own it. All right, so I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna hit you with my verdict, and then I'm gonna tell you why. So I'm starting Tony Hawk because I can remember myself. It's a nostalgic thing for me. I can remember chilling in the game room. It was a converted two-car garage, converted into like my own game room. And
Hitting that 900.
Let's not brag about
that-
it. I mean,
yeah.
dang, I didn't even have a bed when I was a kid.
Oh, snap, dude.
Just
No,
saying.
I'm just saying, this is kind of where it's taking me back. Not dissing you guys. Not dissing you guys. But I can remember like sitting up with my feet kicked up, hitting that 900, man. You know,
Hitting that 900.
Oh, yeah.
Smoking a little grass, blowing it out of the laundry detergent.
Listening to Sublime.
Listening
Yeah,
to
I know.
some
So
Sublime,
proud.
dude. I was so proud of it, man. It was an awesome game, dude. Like I played it literally.
Oh, yeah.
Sun up, sundown, and,
Okay.
and even sundown to sun up. So
You want to bring it back? You want to start it right now?
I want to bring it
Okay,
back.
all right.
Bring Tony Hawk back.
They actually just released another one on the
did.
newer consoles, so it's
Awesome.
already back. But go ahead.
Sweet,
Did they release?
thank you.
Okay.
I'm
All
glad
right.
you mentioned that. So
Tony
for
Hawk Pro
me,
Skaters
I'm
is
gonna
back.
bench Guitar Hero, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
So there was a time and place. I might have been smoking grass again at this moment, but I was at my cousin's house. And man, I was just on Guitar Hero. I was never self-proclaimed, never really good, but I would play, and then all of a sudden I would quit playing, and then like my equilibrium, my eyesight, like the walls would start moving around because I'm watching this. What do you call that type of game where it's I don't know, you're just watching this conveyor belt constantly.
Like a scroll.
Like the
a
scroll, the
scroll
scrolling game, and I'm like, I couldn't get my eyes to focus off of the screen onto other, actual things in the
That
room. It
might
was
not have
weird.
been marijuana. I'm
That-
just throwing that out there.
detrimental to the-
That might have been
That
PCP.
might have been PCP. I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyway,
Like,
so it just
you doubled with acid or something?
Yeah.
I
What's
might
up, bro?
have
You're
doubled up on
hallucinating
some
over
acid.
there?
I don't know, but now the video game kind
Doubled
of
up
really
on it?
screwed up my equilibrium. But so I got to bench that guy, and then I never played Sims, so I wasn't
never
into
played
that
the
kind
Sims.
of
Okay.
game.
Yeah.
So I got to cut them.
All right.
You know what I mean? What do you got?
I'm gonna take it from a business perspective.
Oh,
I think
okay.
that when it comes to
All right.
Guitar Hero, Tony Hawk, Tony Hawk is a good franchise, but there are
Absolutely.
other skateboarding franchises out there now that are really good.
Yeah.
There's Skate.
Dude,
were the
Skate
best,
is great.
right?
There's Skate, but there's even a new one that's made by a third-party company where they really made it authentic to skateboarding. I haven't played it, but I want to. It's a small developer.
Okay.
What
So I'm
was your
thinking that they
favorite,
really. I mean, trust me. Out of all of them, I love Tony Hawk the
Okay.
most.
All right.
But when I think about it from today's perspective, Tony Hawk played its course. It needs to be retired.
Okay.
I think I'm going to have to bench it and say, let's bring it back in 20 years. Let's bring it
Okay.
back when
Just
kids
like the
forget about it.
sitcoms, you know?
Yeah, no one to fold them.
one to fold
Now,
them.
Guitar
Yeah.
Hero,
Well.
that you really need to fold Guitar Hero.
Okay,
It's done
yeah.
for. It's a thing of the
Yeah, let it
past.
go.
It turned into rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like there's a million.
You can
there's
only
rock
do so many
band,
songs.
and then
Exactly,
it's just rocking out. And
Yeah.
it's like if you want to dedicate yourself that much to a video game, just pick up a guitar and learn how to play the guitar.
Exactly.
And that's the reason
Exactly.
why they tried to do one where there were no buttons. It was supposed to be all like there was like a pad on it, so it made you actually play like.
I think that they should give you an actual guitar, but then
Yeah.
hook it up to your screen.
Yeah,
and
it was
show you
something
how to
like-
play it.
I
it was
can see
something
that.
like
Yeah,
that, but it had like
absolutely.
a digital pad on it, so you put your fingers where the string should be instead of having buttons. It was like a digital pad. So they, tried doing something like that. I think
They
they called
should
it
do like a
Guitar Hero
mixture,
Live, maybe.
and they can maybe
Yeah.
even upgrade it where they have like the strum pad, but then you could take it off and actually have strings, like
Yeah.
level 3
Who
or
knows?
something.
We can have the next Nickelback if they start actually playing
Yeah,
guitar.
yeah.
I mean,
Let's not do that.
maybe we'll have the next Jimi Hendrix.
Okay, thank you.
I'm selling all my tools
And I'm buying Guitar
I'm
Hero.
Getting a Guitar Hero.
Yeah.
Me and my boy
I mean,
Brian
it
are
could
going to make it happen.
We're making it big, man. I'm telling you.
Anyway,
Go ahead.
You're gonna be that penny bag. I mean, that nickelback. Yeah, or penny bag.
Yeah, we're that guaranteed. But we'll make it look good. The two best beards
Yeah,
in the biz.
there you
go.
Yeah.
Two beards.
Yeah.
And then Sims, I
Penny
think
back
kids
in the
nowadays
house.
do not
Yeah.
know about Sims. When I was
Can
a
they
kid, I
appreciate
played
it?
Sims, and it was awesome. It was the first
Now
simulation.
it's a little different. Are y'all familiar with the newer kind of?
it's not as good,
What is it
but-
now, like virtual?
No, is there
like,
is Sims
yeah,
still
so,
alive?
Yeah, so it's been
when
transformed
they brought it
into
to the console, it became more of no longer building.
Well, hold on. What's the new Sims? Let me hear.
So the new kind of Sims, they've kind of structured away from build a universe and control the universe kind of thing, and now it's more like industry kind of thing. So like there's
Enterprise.
Mogul.
Like for example, there's one of them it's called Rail Tycoon or something like that.
Yeah, I know all the tycoon games.
I'm familiar with
there's,
tycoons,
There's
but those are
ones
different.
that are like you're controlling airports and stuff and all this sort. But like, what's crazy is it's the exact same thing. They've just like localized it into like a certain area.
Okay,
Well,
so-
no, because what I saw with The Sims is that I saw a dramatic change for when they went to console, because it was all PC related previously. When they went to console, it was more
Correct.
That's why I
about
never played.
being a person and interacting in the
have a
city
PC.
rather than building your own universe.
Right.
Or building a house and then interacting.
Yeah.
Because when I played it, I like to just build. I would build for hours and just never actually play the game.
Well, dude, so I played.
Yeah.
So it was
Essentially.
SimCity, and then it was all the tycoon games, which is similar to SimCity.
Yeah,
there was
I
the
liked
theme
Roller
park
Coaster
game.
Tycoon.
The
Yeah, oh,
theme,
yeah.
the roller coaster tycoon, and then all the theme park games that was spent like.
I never played Zoo
It was
or
like
anything
type
like
and
that.
shadows of those games.
Yeah.
But The Sims was the first one where it's like you build a household and you can get married and have kids.
Oh,
and
okay.
Yeah.
It was the very
Alright.
first one like that, and it did transition to the console. But people nowadays play that type of game on cell phones and stuff.
Yeah.
To reinvent that type of game on a platform, I think could sell. So if we brought Sims back, I'd say we should start it.
I think
And I say we should
yeah.
really put some time and effort behind it and make it to where when you kind of like Fallout, you start as a baby
Yeah.
and then you raise yourself up to be, you raise your person to be an adult, and then they could be a tycoon. They
Right.
could be, and it's bigger than in your household. But it's like everybody who plays the game has a different outcome.
Yeah.
Depending on what you invest in.
I think that kind of game scares me, and I'll tell you why. You know, it just makes me think of this Total Recall, living in like a virtual reality and kind of disconnecting. I don't know. I've always kind of just something like that. Just kind of
Don't bring it online. If you put it
Yeah,
online, then
yeah.
everybody's got their sim character, and then they're
Yeah.
living in a virtual
Okay.
reality,
Right.
and that's what
that's
you're
what
afraid
scared
of.
me,
Yeah.
No, keep it true to its form, where
Okay.
you are developing a character, you are creating a household.
Okay.
Basically, you're living life, but you don't let other people online
In-
come in,
yeah.
because then it gets into the whole, the
This
future of our
VR,
world,
yeah.
where it is going to be
Right.
VR.
I mean, I see games
on that-
even on like my kids' tablets that other people. I don't know what the game is, but I think our kids kind of share that platform, and they come in, they can play together online, and
Like, I mean, the kids will play with like their cousin, like my brother's son in Nebraska. They'll play
Yeah.
a game
What is
called
that,
like a
like,
Roblox.
Roblox? Yeah.
They'll play Roblox
Yeah.
together, and basically it's a platform that has a bunch of mini games built into it.
Yeah.
and they
Right.
can just go play mini games with each other. But they only play with like family. But I guess there are
Right.
just
there's
randos
just
out there that are
random
playing.
people that just end up in their world and stuff. It's
But that's
it's
not
just weird.
It's not their
Yeah.
avatar, and you're afraid of the avatar, right? Of
You're
having
afraid of, like, the
having an
Ready Player
avatar
One.
that Ready Player One. Have you seen that
Yeah.
movie?
Oh, I haven't seen it, but I wouldn't
Watch
mind
it.
watching it.
I think it's what you're afraid of.
Watch that
it
because
is.
that's where people literally they get lost
Yeah,
in
in
their
the-
in the virtual world.
Yeah,
Right.
well,
Have
yeah.
y'all?
Yep.
So since we're on this note, I think it's funny that we're we're talking about this because my wife and I were discussing this just the other day. But have y'all ever seen more or less future-based movies and stuff that, for example, be a sci-fi kind of movie, but like there's people like plugged in, and they're all just a bunch of people in a room, and
Like plugged into the
nobody's
Matrix?
talking
Like the Matrix.
because they're all sitting there in their sim life.
Yeah, I think it's
and-
Ready. Have you seen Ready Player One?
Well,
I wanna see that. Just watch
maybe
it.
so.
it's a newer one. It's a new movie.
I'm not sure.
you
It
can't
doesn't have Dennis Quaid or something in it.
No, this one has a kid. What's
No.
the kid?
I don't.
You would enjoy it,
yeah.
because and I've got the book if you want to read it too. But it's nostalgic because literally
Yeah.
everything is 80s based.
Well,
Oh,
but
So the
right,
games,
yeah.
the movies, every pop culture reference is like 80s based.
Oh, cool.
But what I'm getting at essentially what I'm getting at is, man, everybody thinks that when they see stuff like that and like, oh, the world could never come to that. There's people that have IVs in them because they spend so much time in
Right.
virtual reality that
Look
they
at
have to
Wall-E,
be
bro.
like tube fed, and all this stuff because they're so addicted to it. When they come out, they just rather pay to just be hooked in.
That's Ready Player One, dude.
Yeah.
You'll like it.
Oh, okay.
Check it out.
Well,
Watch it with your wife. I bet you guys will be like, "Oh, this is exactly what we're talking
Yeah.
about."
And
Exactly.
what-
That's what
Yeah.
I thought of.
Essentially, what I'm getting at is guys, that's right here, right now.
Oh no, it's happening.
That's here right now.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And,
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and to think that millions upon millions of Americans alone, and it's happening all over the world. But to think that and that's one of the huge things. Let me wrap this up to get onto
Bring
this.
it home, bro. Land it.
Dude, everybody these days, and I'm not talking bad about it. Just like alcohol can be talked bad about, just like anything can be talked bad about, it's all in the amount in which you
Right.
How
True.
much time do you spend on that thing?
Gotta have
you
limits
know,
on
like
stuff.
dude, if you spend 5 hours a day in drinking, that's probably not a good thing. If you spend whatever, I mean, you have to distribute your time just like everything else in life. You have to equally balance things. What I'm getting at is
too much of any good thing is not good.
correct.
Yep.
Yeah. Dude, water, the essence of life. Dude, you have to have water every single day of your life. Maybe not every single day, but you're supposed to.
You
But
can get
too
water
much- too
poisoning.
much-
If I go in the kitchen right now and I slam 2 gallons of water, it's not going to be a good day for me.
Right.
You know, it's going to be very bad. I'm going to get very sick, blah, 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 blah. And that's the purest, most innocent, God-given thing in the world is water, and you have to have it. But, dude, anything's bad. What I'm getting at is this. All this stuff is already present. Since video games first started really hitting the shelves, computer games in the early 90s, late 80s, all this. 80s, it wasn't really a home thing until Atari and all this sort of stuff. But, guys, as soon as that happened, for the past 40 years, there have been video games. For the past 40 years. Think about that.
It's been longer
It's
than that,
staple,
but yeah.
dude. It's going to be
Well, okay.
forever. Yeah.
Joe, it's been, for the past 40 years, available in your home.
Yeah.
Before that was big money stuff.
Yeah.
Huge money. It's like the first pocket calculator cost $1,100
Right.
back in 1964. And that's like $15,000 today. You
Yeah.
know, like,
I don't need to count anything
even
that
though it
bad.
came out in the 80s, normal people couldn't afford a console.
Right.
Normal families and stuff like that.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Now, dude, our culture is so highly based off of media, off of electronics, whether it be video games or anything. I have spoken to a few business owners and stuff that I have, and it's so bad, the disconnect with people who have been raised in electronics and social media and stuff like that, that a lot of employers won't even, and I'm talking real life. Yeah, there's laws, there's all these not exemptions, but things that companies have to follow, with hiring people and stuff. But dude, I know a lot of people right now, business owners, that won't even hire people that are at least 30 something years of age, have a family, that require income, because dude, kids these days, they spend so much time online, and when I mean online, they are literally a different person when they show up on their phone. They will say things that they would never say in person. They will treat people the way they would never treat people in person. They're a totally different animal when it comes online, and when it comes to real life and getting jobs and hiring and providing for your families, these kids these days, they don't know how to hold a conversation, with a professional conversation.
Yeah.
They don't know how to look you in the eye. They have no social skills, real social skills. They have tons of social media skills, but when it comes to problem solving, dealing on the spot, all that sort of stuff, dude, it has been so detrimental to our society.
So
today.
there's one thing that I think that you're missing here.
Okay. Get him.
So
What do you
there
got,
is
Joe?
a place for all people. And I'll tell you this right now, and I know this from experience. You need people that know social media.
Absolutely.
Because right now, the way it works is advertising. Social media is free advertising. And if you know how to use it and you're not ashamed of using it and you want to spam the crap out of people, then you're going to get your product out there in front of faces and people are going to see it. If you don't use, I'm telling you, if you don't use social media, you're going to have a huge advertising budget to be able to pay for all the old school advertisement ways. Social media is the wave of the future. As much as I hate to
Right.
admit it, because I am
Are you talking about as
an
a business
old
owner,
man.
though?
I mean, if I would say this podcast is a business, yes.
So
100%.
as a business owner, though, whether you're investing in advertisement or social media is just like the new advertisement, right?
And
you
there
still
are
wanna
companies
invest
out there
in that and
that you
marketing.
can.
Yeah.
I mean, there are companies
Yeah.
out there that you can pay to literally just post on social media for you all day long.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's just different marketing. But
Right.
You still pay for marketing for sure. It's just
Yeah.
different platform.
But I do think that social media, especially from a marketing aspect, is the wave of the future. That's where everybody's going to go.
But I kind of agree with Kevin though. Like I would be prejudiced. I would prejudge a younger kid just because I know that like what I see is not big work ethics. They're not dedicated to a craft. It's what's in front of me, what can be given to me, how can I get rich quick? There's not that work ethic. So I would prejudge younger kids, and not because they are on social media, but because they come from a generation that is.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's the kids as much as it's the parents, because I think whether we have
I
social
agree.
media and video games now or
Praise
social
God.
or whatever we had in the 80s, it's
gotta
a
be a
matter
limit.
of raising your kids to work hard and to be respectful to people and to know when
Right.
too much of anything is not good.
Right.
Too much of anything. And I don't know what's happening now where people just aren't withholding from their kids.
People
Kids
are
get
getting
anything they
lazier.
want whenever they want. Whatever you want. You want a tablet? Every kid at the age of 10 years old has a tablet nowadays. Why is that? Why do kids need phones and tablets? They don't. The answer
shut
is they
them
don't.
up, to shut them up and
Exactly.
let their parents keep doing what they want to do.
Exactly. So it's not good. It's instead of saying too much is good, it's well, this is what's convenient for me, and this is what when I was a kid I had this, so therefore why would I not give it to them? When really it's like we have to withhold. You have to teach them to work hard from the very young age. And I just don't see a lot of hard workers in the
No,
younger generations.
And I'll go back to like from an employer standpoint. I mean, it's not just your resume that you're presenting, but you're presenting your social media page.
Oh,
how,
yeah.
how many platforms are there
Nowadays-
now? People are looking. Employers,
Yeah,
hiring
they'll look.
managers are looking at your Facebook, Twitter,
And I would
Instagram,
I
all
would
of
be
it.
hard critic on those things.
Yeah,
So
I know. I mean, I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
I mean, that all of that will come into play when you're trying to, hire on with a company.
Not only that, you can
All
get
of it.
fired for your social
For sure.
media too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've seen
Yeah,
that.
Yep.
I'm like
being
Larry,
stupid.
I think too
Yep,
much of a
being
good thing
stupid
is a
on your
bad
social
thing. I mean,
media.
that's anything. Yeah.
I remember the first time I ever heard about somebody being fired over social media posts, and it was I believe it was a teacher. And
Now you get canceled.
It was this was years ago,
New,
almost
that's
like
new.
a decade or something ago, when Facebook and stuff was first really hitting, and it was a teacher. And she was out, on a lake on a boat and stuff, drinking and partying.
Was it
and,
Jessica Biel?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, dude. Matter of fact, let's get back on this Jessica Biel real quick.
Because didn't she have some R&R?
Yeah, she had some R&R.
Anyway.
I think,
what
I think I
else
saw
you got,
Brian
Joe?
in the back being a creeper too.
Yeah, I was stalking.
he was driving the boat. He's like, "Oh no, I'm a pro boat driver. He stole the boat.
Yeah, I got my own boat.
Yeah,
You need a ride. Yeah.
I've seen
anyway.
stealth 6 times.
That was in the first day.
What else you got, Joe?
All right, so I never start bench cuts this one.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead,
What
go
do you
ahead.
got? What do you got?
So Tony Hawk Pro Skater was fun, but
right.
I was
Go
that
with it.
kid that would put on the cheats.
Oh yeah,
Jump on, make my
God
own,
mode, God mode.
make my own park.
No.
Oh, is he talking about where you have infinite
Jump
balance?
on, hit triangle,
Yeah,
and
where
just
you
walk
can
away and
grind
come
for
back
hours.
10 minutes later. Yeah, because you
You
just
can
hit
grind
triangle.
for hours,
Because you
dude.
just hit a button and that's how
Getting
you
those
grind.
points, dog. on
Bro,
the
get
grind.
out of
points.
here! You
Bro,
were
the
you were that
best
kid.
part-
You're not getting hired on my job in my
I'm
company.
not hiring you, bro.
Joe, you
But there's
take
one-
short
hold on,
shortcuts, bro.
No, wait, but you got to think about this. There's one thing you guys did not mention about
right.
the greatest part about Tony Hawk Pro
What?
Skater.
What was
Dude.
that?
The soundtrack.
Well, I mean, that was awesome.
Yeah,
The
it was
soundtrack
legit,
is the
yeah.
reason why I continue to play that
Didn't
game
they have
years
some-
and years.
Hey, you remember the
Some CKY, you get
dude.
some rage in there.
Bro, come on.
Yeah.
Hey, do you remember
Ba-da-da-da,
Matt Hoffman's
ba-da-da-da-da.
BMX?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, dude, I
Yeah,
love Matt
bro.
Hoffman.
That had a great soundtrack.
Yeah, and you look like Matt Hoffman. Have I ever told you that?
No.
of spades.
Yes, and you
Oh,
know.
this dude's getting
Come
off
on.
over here.
Yeah, dude.
on
Man,
it.
I'm
That's
telling you,
that
that
Tony Hawk
soundtrack's
life,
where it's
dog.
at, bro.
I'm telling you.
But nah,
CKY.
Yeah, so the
Man.
soundtrack was good, but is that a reason to start it now? We're talking about now, not back in the day.
Okay.
I love the soundtrack.
No, wait. No.
It doesn't have the same.
Okay.
I'm pretty
to it
sure
now.
the game is called Start Bench Cut. It's not, hey, what are we going to do to make a business decision to start games over again?
Well, not business decision, but today
True.
is-
He's
you-
looking at-
you
he's still
could
looking at the
start
balance sheet.
Think about your football team. You're starting someone, you're benching someone, you're cutting somebody. Same thing with the video game. So
Yeah.
we're not talking
It's a
about back,
business.
back in the day. You know,
Are we in the moment?
are we talking about back in the
I'm
day?
in the moment.
J-
I'm in this nostalgia moment here.
So it's almost like being like back in the day. Back in the day, Nolan Ryan would have been started, and now he's doing arthritis commercials.
Okay,
Yeah,
all
we're not
right.
starting Nolan Ryan today.
Oh man.
Well, no, but you think about it in
Alright,
its
alright.
prime.
It's fair. In its
Well,
prime.
dude,
Yeah,
in
I'm
all
thinking in
honesty,
its prime.
guys,
Yeah.
guys,
That's where I'm at.
hey, in all honesty, if we had a PS1 and the original Xbox here, each one of us would be
I'm
like,
throwing
damn,
down
this
to
sucks.
Tony Hawk.
Come on, bro.
Oh yeah, it'd be clunky.
Oh,
it's
it-
clunky,
dude,
and
it-
it's just like not. It doesn't feel right.
It would be pixelated all over the
yeah,
place
yeah.
for us. It would be
Well, yeah,
it's
but I mean, when
just
you're
like-
when you're playing a game on a 13-inch screen, you don't really
I'm
care.
telling you,
Guys,
dude, it
it's
was.
I mean, that's what I grew up
back in the
on.
day.
This is exactly like going back and watching a childhood movie and being like, oh,
Yeah, it's
that's
not
What did I
sucks
see in this?
now.
That movie's
Yeah,
not as good
I
as I
rewatched
remember.
Hook, and I'm like, this movie is garbage.
I did the same
Sucks
thing. The
now.
same
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
Anyway.
So
But back in the
anyway,
day.
so back to
Back in the
this.
day, bro.
Same thing, same
was the
movie.
truth.
That thing sucks.
Back to this,
Robin
I will
Williams,
say-
I hope you die.
Oh man.
Oh, we're
Shameless
gonna
plug.
start Robin Williams.
We're gonna start. Yeah,
I mean, Patch Adams.
soon.
Come
Yeah,
on
it's-
now.
All right, continue. Sorry, we're still in from
So-
your star bench cut.
I'm gonna start the Tony Hawk because I'd like the soundtrack. Now I will say
Okay.
that they
And
did
the
do.
cheat code.
I
That's
did
four,
like the
right?
idea.
That's 4 Tony Hawk starts?
Yeah,
Is that-
all four of us did.
No, I
that's,
started Sims.
Oh, bro.
he would be the weird guy. But anyway,
I benched
when
Tony
they
Hawk.
went to
yeah.
the
From a
Tony
business
Hawk Pro
standpoint,
Skater,
marketing.
they
Yeah.
did the Tony Hawk. No, they didn't do the Pro Skater. They did Tony Hawk Underground,
Yeah, yeah.
where there was like you had a character and you followed a story.
Yeah,
you
Right.
went from the pro-ams to going. That's I mean,
Wasn't
I'm a
huge
little
fan
bit.
of the underground.
I thought the first one was I thought it was a cool idea. I thought the idea was fun. So
Okay.
I think Tony Hawk, you know what? I'm starting you, bro.
Yo.
For me, I spent too much time building houses in The Sims
Yeah, dude.
that I
get
can't
behind that.
that I can't bench this that I can't just help but bench a Sims.
Yes.
When I didn't I mean you don't have the internet, you have a game installed on your computer and you don't have anything else to do. Mom's watching the only TV I have in the house and I want to watch what she's watching.
Just watching Young and Restless. I know, man.
I mean, you sit
I
down
know.
and you just
All-
build houses.
Did all you guys have PCs growing up?
I did,
Well-
but my stepdad like built computers, so I had
that's
I had
right,
internet
yeah.
at a very young age
my
because of
my
that.
brother built computers, so
never-
I had a computer.
I was the one kid that out of my group that like I didn't have a PC growing up. Like I had the game consoles, but I didn't have. The
Yeah,
PC.
I had a
Dude,
PC.
my mom was married to my father at the time, and I guess they were making pretty good money and stuff. And so I remember, dude, the very first PC that ever came into our house, and I treated it like a UFO. I was like,
Yeah, dude, no joke.
dude, I did, man, and it was like they spent like a lot. Dude, we're talking like 92 here, okay?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
91, something like that.
That Windows
Yeah.
3.1.
Dude,
Yeah.
who
Did
even
the internet
knows,
come out
man?
first? Did,
listen,
didn't they come out
This
in the
is
80s?
this is
Yeah.
literally before my time.
And so-
I was born in '91.
And so, I remember this thing showing up, you know, and they had super fast, you know, internet at the time, which was like 1 megabyte
It's
a second or
dial-up.
something.
Yeah.
And I
Get that
remember them.
56K.
I remember
You know what
them
I'm saying?
watching a TV show
Okay.
on this. And they spent a little bit of extra money or whatever, and it was all black, like the tower. You know, they were all white back in the 90s.
Oh, yeah.
Everything, the monitor, the keyboard.
Yeah,
this
got
was
them
all
big
black.
CRTs
You know,
that-
Yeah.
everything.
They got 8
And-
feet behind it.
and
Yeah.
so I was just
You had
like,
to have a huge
oh, what
desk.
is this? And they started watching TV on it. And then I remember my mom like pushing like the print screen button and just printed like the photo from the movie they were watching. And I was just like, what is going on here? But after that,
It's
dude,
crazy.
like I was never able to touch it because it was too expensive. Like,
Right.
They were just like, don't touch this.
I just
You don't
remember
need
when
to
those
touch it.
cool apples came out with like that were lime green or
That were
funky
colored?
colors. Yeah,
I
those
remember
were
Yeah,
that.
those
cool.
because it
I remember that.
because they
And
was
the-
like the
the-
first all-in-ones.
Yeah, they were
yeah.
all in one.
All
And
in one,
you
yeah.
could put the
Yeah.
CD-ROM in there.
Yep, had a little thing at the bottom of it.
I didn't
Yeah.
know about
That
all
Macintosh,
that
bro.
yeah, I didn't. Know
Yeah,
about
had the
the
little
all-in-ones.
speakers built into it on the side, and then the little
Yeah, our
CD
school
thing.
had that, and when I was in like
Okay.
high school, I think I think our high school had had those colored.
I think I'd have been in middle
Yeah.
school. My
Okay.
brother's friend had one.
Dude, I
it was
remember
a matte color.
I remember the first time I saw a laptop in my life. I'll
Really?
never
I don't
forget it, man.
remember. I don't remember the last.
So it was
time I saw
not what we know today. It was not,
Yeah.
dude. It was about
Got
like the
keyboard, you
size
hook
of
a monitor up
table.
to
Well,
it.
it was about
folds up.
it was about 5 inches tall. It was like more like a briefcase, to be honest. But it was about 5. Yeah, it was about 5 inches tall,
I was thinking it was like the size of this table, just
Like
rolling
this,
up
and he
the
goes-
garage door.
and it had like a real TV screen in it, but it just had like pivoted up. And it
was
had
that
a
black and
keyboard
white
right here. No, it was all green and
mobile,
black.
that portable
Everything you
TV.
typed
Oh,
was
DOS?
everything you typed was
He's thinking
green
of a portable
text.
TV.
and
Oh yeah,
stuff.
yeah. It was
White.
DOS. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like super old
Freaking
school.
green
And that was
screens.
that
I
was-
hated
yeah.
those.
Man.
That's the first time I saw like a mobile computer in my life.
Anyway, I didn't mean to get us off subject, but
No.
I was just wondering, man, like, because I didn't have the PC growing up. Like, that came, like, I never had a PC in the
Yeah,
house.
I
Never.
remember. I was in high school. My parents got me one for Christmas, and it was a Dell. It was right around that time when
yeah.
it was like
Oh, yeah,
everybody needs to
Dell-
get a Dell.
Dell's
Dang,
You had those
spoiled.
commercials.
Had your own computer.
I didn't
That
have
was
it
like
that
pieces
long.
of crap.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It wasn't
right.
any good.
I was.
But yeah, no.
playing
So
Tony
yeah, I
Hawk
played
while y'all were
Sims,
playing
and I
PC.
played
Okay.
like the Roller Coaster Tycoon. But
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wouldn't play the actual
Ooh.
game for the game.
Did you ever play Chips Challenge?
No.
Old
not
school
familiar with
Windows. One of the games that came with is Chips Challenge.
No,
It's like
one of the
different
games I
puzzles.
played more than anything on the PC is when my brother was living at home. We would hook up with a Ethernet cable, so we'd connect our computers together, and we would play. Yeah,
Yeah.
we would play Red Alert.
It's
2.
called a
yeah,
LAN
yeah.
net, a local.
Yeah, you just do a
local
LAN.
access
Yeah.
network.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have a LAN party with just us two. We sit
I know
in
that
other
because
rooms,
my brother's a
Oh, that's
computer
cool.
tech guy.
and we would play. Yeah,
That's why they call them LAN parties back in the day before
yeah,
they were had
LAN
online.
parties, local
yeah. Everybody just connects through cables, and you're good to go.
I was gonna bring
They
this
actually,
up earlier.
if you had enough people, you could put like a central hub thing in the center of the room. And
Yeah, I
everybody
only
would
played
plug
with
into that hub.
with my brother. We played Red Alert. You ever played that?
Oh my.
Yeah,
Dude,
you know.
I
Red Alert.
used to totally destroy Red Alert
Loved
and
Red
get
Alert,
destroyed
bro.
also.
That was one of the first like multiplayer first
Like-
person.
Oh yeah,
No.
I not
played
the first. 'Cause I know
strategy.
like Quake and Doom and stuff, but this one was like it was like
No,
team
I
strategy.
think
Red
you're
Alert
playing a
was you
different
controlled
game.
all your little.
This
guys.
was more like
Oh,
a
okay.
strategy. Did you ever play like Halo Wars?
Yeah. I know. What
Very
you're talking
similar
about.
to that. It wasn't a
it's,
first person.
Yeah, that's what is those games called?
like a
They're
strategy.
strategy.
Dude,
Why
so
don't
it
you
was
call
like
it
it was like,
person?
oh, I have enough resources for this base, and you click on it, and you drag it across the map, and you'd be like, oh, I can't put it there because there's rocks. So I
Yeah,
gotta
it's like
move it over here.
civilizations type game.
Kind of, but you battle each other. So
Yeah.
we always played Red Alert
Yeah.
2, which was, I think it was called Yuri's Revenge.
It's called Command and Conquer.
no,
Command
we,
and Conquer Red Alert 2.
no, we played one with a guy named Yuri.
You remember vividly.
Now he had the Yuri
me.
edition, bro.
No, Yuri
He
was
got
like
ripped
this
off.
this
Yuri,
weird guy.
you really don't know
The
what you're talking
Russian
about
hitter.
right now.
Some
Nah.
guy named Yuri sold it to
Nah.
him. It was
You don't
Bro.
even know, bro.
That was the out of the trunk
Yeah.
$30
Yeah.
special
I
version.
do remember that Doom hitter though on the PC back
Yeah.
in
Oh,
at
yeah.
my buddy's house. I used to go play that Doom.
I know.
I'm telling
I
you,
was gonna
bro,
say
you're
earlier,
wrong.
I'm old enough to have had an Atari in the house.
Atari. Yeah,
I had
yeah.
an Atari in the
I
house.
had an Atari too.
Yeah, did you? Yeah.
Yeah, I had an Atari. I had an Atari, and then
Look, bro, right here. It's the Red Alert 2 expansion,
Let's see
bro.
what you got.
Yeah, I remember that.
he had the expansion game though. That's not the original.
Yuri's
Is that the
Revenge.
Yuri,
Oh, okay,
Yuri
I got you.
version?
But you're talking about the expansion. It's
I'm
not the
sorry, I didn't
original.
know it was an expansion.
No,
It's
you
Yuri's
had to get
Revenge.
dude, you had to get the expansions, bro.
okay.
You had
Okay.
to.
All right, I'll take your word for it.
Yes, I'm telling you.
That
Play
was
some Red
different maps.
Alert, bro.
That was
All
different
right.
maps, different weapons.
I was thinking Counter Strike is what you are talking about. Counter Strike was one of the first
I
strategy.
played Counter
first
Strike for a
person.
long time.
Yeah.
Okay, no, you're talking
Okay.
about CS. So, dude, all right, that's
Oh,
first.
yeah, it abbreviates everything.
Yeah, everything.
That's
GTS,
okay.
bro.
So that's first person.
Right, that's what I thought
PC.
you were talking about, though. I know what,
And
I know what this is.
I would have just wiped the map with you. I was, dude, my M4A1, dude. I would have just. Dude,
oh
you'd
yeah,
have been- you'd have
what
been
you know about
wiped
that
out.
Lemmings?
You'd have been waiting for that next round start up, and you'd been looking for me. And,
Dude, so
you'd
we were-
turn that corner. And,
We were talking about how amazing, how awesome things were when we were kids and how crappy they'd be now. Dude,
Yeah.
I played 007 on the N64 just a couple of
Oh,
weekends
yeah.
ago. It was terrible.
oh yeah.
I'm like, this thing
Yeah.
was awesome when I was
yeah.
a kid.
Yeah,
Now,
well,
now it's
dude,
like
golden
this is
guns, dual golden guns.
Odd Job.
Yeah.
If you're Odd Job with a dual golden guns, get out of here. You need to get kicked out of the house.
Wait.
Yeah.
I don't remember dual golden guns. I only remember one.
No, that was in God mode.
cheat code?
That was in
Okay.
God
That must
mode.
have been
Oh,
something.
okay.
That must have been a
Because
PC thing. I played on the 64.
No,
You
no,
only
it was in
need-
64.
You only need one golden gun. Why would you need a second
No,
one?
because you know how
Yeah.
Like it's already
Golden
one
guns-
shot kill.
How the
hey,
slow the
golden
reload.
guns, golden guns shot like this.
Yeah, that was slow.
When you had dual, it was
Get up to the mic.
Well, the trick is you just run up to somebody and then while they're shooting you just kind of wait a second and they're like,
boom.
that's how
That was
cheap
it
it was.
for-
We ever
yeah.
had the golden gun win because it didn't matter if you had the drop on them or anything. It's like you couldn't
Yeah.
kill them quick enough for them to turn and go.
and that was
Really
hey,
good shit.
and that was one of the very first like first person shooter games that really had like that life
It felt
levels.
yeah.
Like I got hit.
Oh, and
I
it
got
had
hit.
the split screen,
Yeah,
the
it had the
in-house
Yeah.
split screen.
Yeah.
That was the
Yeah,
first
yeah.
one that really brought that in, where you could
Yeah.
sit in the room and play four
Against
player
somebody
split.
else.
With
Yeah.
4 players.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
that. In fact, I would have to say, GoldenEye 007 was a major milestone in gaming. I really do.
I
I
think
think
so.
so.
Yeah,
I think
I
it.
agree.
I think it was that first person shooter to bridge that barrier of super excitement, controllability,
Yeah.
being able to look around, pan.
I would agree.
You know, all this sort of stuff. And we're talking, guys. We're talking early.
Yeah, what year
early.
was that?
What
Early
are we
2000?
talking?
I'm trying to think where I
90,
lived.
90,
Not 2000.
Not 2000?
Way
No,
earlier than
90s.
2000.
Was it
7?
really? Oh my goodness.
Probably.
96,
So
97?
wait, guess. Guess
He
B.
said
Before I
97. I'll
look
say
it up.
99.
I'm gonna say 95.
I'm thinking I was probably in 2nd grade, so I'm thinking like 99.
That's okay. I'm going 99.
I could go 99 too.
I'm thinking
somewhere around
95,
there.
dude. No,
but,
it
but
was
what
a
I'm saying
99.
is,
Wow.
essentially, what I'm saying is that there was no other game like
okay.
it before it
No,
came
you're right.
out.
I remember playing it, man, back in the day, and it was awesome.
97.
97.
I was
You said
right.
97?
Yep,
Yeah, you
I
were
was
right.
right. You know,
Maybe I played it in 99.
Yeah.
probably.
That's when it
You know,
dropped at my house.
but it was, man. It was a hot commodity, dude. If you
sure.
were the guy on the block that had 4 controllers and that thing. And that little.
I mean, I didn't have it. I had to go to a buddy's house.
Do y'all remember
Yeah.
that little auxiliary like memory thing that you could put in
The Rumble Pack?
I
Yeah,
remember
the
the
Rumble Pack.
Yeah,
The
where
Rumble Pack.
it would
Yeah.
vibrate the controller.
Well, not only that,
Yeah.
but in the N64 itself, you could put the game in, and then it had another little slot
Yeah.
for the additional memory
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
and
yeah.
all. And
Man,
you
that's
had
like
all
first of
that,
the-
dude.
Yeah.
And you had 4 controllers, dude. There was no question
You were the
of,
coolest
of,
kid in town.
of where
Guaranteed
where
it.
kids were gonna be after school.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
it was a
We'd
level.
gone in
It was
N64.
like a way to really rate where you are in society if all 4 of your joysticks were not broke.
Yes, and that's
Oh,
sticking,
yeah.
man. Because
Yeah.
that center analog,
It sucks.
it would, dude. You'd get a
Yeah.
whole bunch of kids that just ate a whole bunch
No.
of
Candy.
nasty food, and they'd get their
Yeah.
greasy.
You know
paws
the
over
reason
there.
why those center joysticks got destroyed?
Why?
Because they suck.
Because
Playing friggin' Mario Party all day long.
Oh,
You gotta
dude.
do them with spinner things, and
Yeah.
it messed up your hands because you're putting your hand on it.
Yeah, I think
Man.
Ape Escape did that to PS1 controllers. You ever played Ape Escape?
No.
No,
and
no,
then
no. I've
the
never
Ape
played it.
Escape, it required a lot to. You never played Ape Escape?
No, I never even heard of it.
It's where you go capture apes, and then you had like a net, and then like for the PlayStation, it was really innovative because it had you using the stick for different things.
Oh, I've seen this
So
game.
you
I never
would use
played
it to like swat it to catch
Right.
with your net. You would spin it to helicopter in the air. It was the first game that actually had you doing different stuff with the stick than just moving around and looking. And it would break your
Oh,
sticks.
right there?
Yeah,
The
dude,
Ape
that
Escape?
Ape Escape hitter right there. I
Nah.
wouldn't mind playing that right now.
Give me some of that. Give me
some of
2
that.
hits of that.
Little apes
Requires
running
the
from me.
DualShock controller.
If you ain't got the DualShock, you take the game out your console.
No, so
Bro.
that was back when the the
Turok.
PS1 where you
Who played Turok?
Bro, I was all up on some Turok. Don't leave me
Who
hanging.
played Turok,
Don't
bro?
leave me hanging.
Right
Turok
here.
that was like
Dinosaur
the little raptors,
Hunter.
right?
Bro.
Boom.
Dinosaur
Raptors?
Hunter.
Yeah.
Yes, dude.
Okay.
Dude, that was a game of games with cheat mode.
Bro, and he acts like he didn't play games.
And then he starts throwing out all the cheat codes.
Yeah, this fool right here.
Bruh.
Who remembers a single cheat code from a game?
I don't.
I remember some. I remember
Do you
Doom.
remember-
Doom was
Oh.
IDKFA would give you all guns and all ammo on the keyboard. IDKFA, IDFA. Well, IDKFA would give you the keys to all the rooms too. IDFA would just reload your ammo and guns.
I remember when I played Sims,
Rosebud.
Rosebud.
Boom!
And,
Give you
and
$1,000 bucks.
It would be like one it'd be like one and like maybe the exclamation point over like back and forth. They'd give you like $100 each time. But that's where I learned shortcuts for Control C, Control V for command. Copy and paste. I learned all that because you couldn't use your mouse on it. You had to use the keyboard only.
That's why he's promoting kids being hired to companies. He's like, I cheated and it taught me how to copy and paste on the keyboard.
I'm gonna bring it back real quick.
All right, bring it back.
I'm gonna bring it back. Original Resident Evil.
Yep. I played the second one. I didn't play the first one.
Yep, I never played them.
How about?
I played like a Tomb Raider.
All right. How about?
Oh yeah,
Silent Hill.
I played Silent Hill 1 and 2.
Boom.
Probably
Scary.
3 too.
Man, it was all right.
Who has? Okay, I'm a big Silent Hill fan.
I was.
Tell.
Who has seen all the movies?
Nope.
I thought there was only one movie.
There are 2.
I've seen
The second one.
The way you said it is like there was a franchise. Like hateable.
that was good.
Who's seen them
That
all?
was good. There
all
was 2.
I've
seen them. They're
they
pretty
are
wild. Yeah.
stupid scary. In fact, I'm a big guy of like scary movies are stupid. They're not even scary. Dude, put me in front of Silent Hill and I'll be like holding on to your knee. Like I'm
Hold
scared,
on to your
dude.
knees.
Dude, in
Dang.
Silent Hill 2, it's
That's
got
scary,
this
huh?
huge beast dude that goes around with this huge
Yeah,
sword.
I've seen them.
and
They're pretty gnarly.
whacks off.
Yeah,
people's
Pyramid Head.
arms.
He's from Silent Hill
Dude.
game. Yeah.
It
is that his name?
gets
His name's
super
Pyramid Head.
super intense in the second movie, man.
For sure.
All right. Anyway, did you ever start bench cut, or have we just been running away with it?
did you-
All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and finish this here. So I'm cutting Guitar Hero.
You're also going to cut video games from the podcast because because of how
Because
much
we just
It took
talked
over.
about them all, right?
Yeah,
it
no
took over,
joke.
bro.
All right, so Kev, I appreciate you coming
Yeah,
out.
absolutely.
And,
Wait. We didn't rate the beer.
Yeah, we gotta rate the beer.
Oh, 5.
Gotta
can't do
It's
that.
a 5 for Kevin.
Yeah, I want to. It's
Whoa, no,
what?
wait.
Oh, the best.
It is
beer
the
ever?
perfect beer.
The perfect beer.
It's a damn good beer.
It was a
man.
dreamsicle to him.
It was those spinners, bro.
The dreamsicle's a dream for me.
It was those spokes, man, on the white
I mean, this
walls.
was a good beer. I'm going to give it a solid 3.
I'm gonna go 3.5. I liked it a lot.
All right, let me get another taste real quick.
There you go.
get another hitter.
Yeah, I'll go 3.5.
3.5, a 5,
Dude,
and a 3.
I could drink the
we got to
crap
meet
out
in
of
the
that.
middle and give it like a 3.75.
So that's with Kevin's 5.
Yeah.
I thought majority ruled though, and there's 2
Ooh.
3.5s.
Yeah, I know, but that's
Oh.
normally when there's just 3 people. When there's
yeah, we're
more
having to
people than
rethink
that,
our
it
scale.
doesn't go just
All right,
majority draw. You kind of have to like,
3.75.
Okay.
or are you saying that it should go to a 4?
Dude,
No, I thought 3.5 because 2 guys ruled that way.
Well, I'm giving it a 3.75 like I
All
said.
right,
at the
let's
beginning.
do it.
All right, let's
So-
do
Tell
it.
them where they can find us, Joe.
All right, guys, make sure to go online to Untapped and Instagram and follow us at _Dudes and Brews. Kevin, where you can, it's Instagram, Bare Hands Fabrication.
Oh,
it is that exactly
Tell them, Kev.
at bearhandsmetal Instagram.
Y'all look him up.
Follow him on Facebook for all your
Spelled like
metal
the animal.
fabrication needs. He'll make you some sweet new furniture. I know everybody needs some new furniture.
right.
So go out there, follow us, make sure to rate and subscribe. But I appreciate you guys listening in. We're out of here.
Yeah, peace.
Later.